Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is a dynamic family of creators called Kicking It With The Rooks. These creators bring us a lot of travel along with vlogging style family video, family. We follow the family around in their vlogging style videos, of which they do a great job, actually. And they take us on lots of different adventures. We really get a chance to get to know this family. They might be bringing us to a birthday party. They might be bringing us on a cruise. They might be taking us to the beach, or they might be telling a story about different things that they've noticed or have been going on in their lives. Story times are a big part of the channel. Vlogging is the number one, but we also can get into some shorts here and see that these creators have gotten quite a few views here, getting into 62,000, 91,000, and one of them over 127,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams are something that they've done in the past. We'll see if they're going to keep those up. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can. And when we look at their videos, we see that they've got a couple of new things here, including a Happy Mail video. So I'm just going to grab the latest one and put that in a special playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. And if anybody in the house right now would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So again, that's Kicking It With The Rooks, longtime friends, and hopefully everybody will connect with them so that you can get some of their support coming back to you as well. We've seen them here in Tuber Chat many times, and then I see them out supporting other creators all the time as well. So thank you everybody for coming in. I know Angela Critters is here, a longtime friend. Backlash Fisherman just came in. Be Amazing Sylvia has been with Tuber Chat pretty much from the beginning. Butler Family Farm is here every day. Dutchfly61 comes to us from the Netherlands. Follow the Bradley's Fun and Jesse Miller Unboxings and more are both here every day as well. Pallets, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning is Tracy and Phoebe. They're bringing beauty for us. Fairbrick Studios here just about every day. Pixie Dust Traveler's been making frequent appearances. Sharon Rowland and Spirit in the Sky Blue are both here. Tony Vlogs Adventures is in the house. Wolf's Den Outdoors has been making frequent appearances, of course. And our beloved and dedicated moderator, Scratchin' Pete PA, is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6.5 years on YouTube. And for this reason, I call him a shining jewel in the Tuber Chat family as well. Makeup Mom and Sons in the house. She's been a beloved and dedicated moderator for well over 3.5 years, as most of our moderators have been. So I hope everybody will connect with them also. I always make our moderators wait to get on the wheel until after the first break, but we'll get some names onto the wheel shortly and start spinning and get some more channels onto the screen. And again, what we're looking at right now is Kicking It With The Rooks, and hopefully everybody will connect with them. And I wasn't sure about when we're going to do the next couple of streams, but it turns out I should be able to stream on Tuesday. So I've set that one up in advance. I just set it up right before we started right now. The rest of this coming week I'm unsure about because I'm expecting to have to be away for a couple of days. Not for anything wrong, just work related. But we will schedule the streams in advance as soon as I know what's about to happen. And thank you everybody again for being here so early. So again, Kicking It With The Rooks, hopefully everybody will connect with. I'm going to have a look through our list and see if we can start adding names to the wheel early today. Rushing Wind Mountain is in the house. Good to see you here from the Pacific Northwest. And when we look at our list, I can see I'm going to get Be Amazing Sylvia onto the wheel right away. And we'll get Pallets, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning. We'll get Dutchfly61 and Spirit in the Sky Blue. And I'll spin, and then we'll get some more names onto the wheel as we need them. So it looks like we might move a little bit faster today than usual, which is great. Casino Slot Couple, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. KP Heathen, thank you for coming in. They got here yesterday at the later part of the stream, so it's good to see you early. Thank you for that. Now, I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every single day or for hours at a time when we stream, and I know not everybody, can be here every day and things like that. I like to recognize it occasionally when it does happen, but I do appreciate every moment, even if you're just coming by quickly to give a thumbs up or say hello or run the stream in the background. I know we got a few friends that do that. Cabaret Gaming, good to see you in the house. Kim Nandy is here as well, and the first channel chosen from the wheel today is Dutchfly61. So like I said, this is a channel that comes to us from the Netherlands, and they're a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. They bring us sky watching videos, and there's a lot of interesting things to see when we go through their collection of content. They post occasionally, usually about once a month, sometimes twice a month, but they've also got some shorts on the channel as well. When we dig through these, we see a little bit of variety. They've been posting a few more. A couple of these have gotten some extra views here. One of them at 4,200, another one at 2,500. And most creators in the Tuber Chat family are bringing variety into their shorts regardless of the channel's niche or category. But here's an example of how those kind of things can win, because even though this is a sky watching channel and they do have a lot of shorts here for sky watching, they got 7 of them already, these other variety shorts seem to have done very well over and above the typical niche and category for the channel. And hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Dutchfly61. They've been a long-time member, as a matter of fact, and one of our longest-standing members, and obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. 1,300 subscribers right now. We'd love to start pushing them towards the 1,400 they're going to be thinking about. Lift Vintage, good to see you back in the house. Thanks for coming in. Follow the Bradley's Fun. Just Jason Keto and more. Of course, a fellow Canadian is here, so thank you for coming back in. He's here just about every stream as well. So let's spin the wheel again. I'll get some names on there in a second. And if anybody has not already given a thumbs up for this live stream today, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning is Tracy and Phoebe. I think their channel came up last yesterday. Were they? Yes, I think they were last chosen from the wheel. We're always here for 3 hours, and we put as many channels on the screen as we can. Most of our friends who've been with us many times before know what it's like to be picked both first and last. So it's great to see Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning chosen a little bit earlier today. And then, Casino Slot Couple picked up a gifted membership. That's wonderful. Yeah, it's a generous thing to have done, and we've seen that kind of thing many times here. Honcho Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Zombie Gaming Jory is also in the house. And then, thank you, Cabaret Gaming. I know our time zones are way off. Cabaret Gaming usually streams every day, too, or pretty close to it. Now, Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning comes to us from a couple of creators. So Tracy and Phoebe usually alternate between videos. This is one where they're together, but you'll see what I'm talking about when we get into some of their thumbnails here. And they post frequently. They've been longtime friends. I think they've been with us close to 3 years. 582 subscribers, so we'd love to push them towards the 600 we know they're thinking about. They started with beauty, and they bring us different types of get ready with me type looks. They bring hauls of different beauty products that we might enjoy. They also give us warnings with like 25 things we might want to avoid, or forgive me for not remembering the number, if it's 10 or 20, or I thought it was a great idea though, because often we find like top 10 lists and top 20 lists and things like that, and those can do really well on YouTube, but occasionally you'll see creators creators like this come up with, top 10 things to avoid. And I thought that was kind of great. So when we look at shorts on the channel as well, we're going to see that they've done really well, getting into 2,300 and 2,400 views. One of them over 5,600 and one over 5,800, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel are something they've done in the past. They do those occasionally. We'll keep an eye on the channel, see if they're going to bring some more of those out. We always have notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other. Wheat and Shaw, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, of course, Butler Family Farm's been first and last. Just Jason Keto and More for sure has been first and last. Pixie Dust Traveler's going to get on the wheel right now. We will get Tony Vlogs Adventure on the wheel also. I'm not sure if we've looked at that channel yet. Tony's been here a couple of times. And we'll look at Angela Critters, who was here early, one of the first in the door today, as a matter of fact. So let's spin. If I've missed anything in the chat, by the way, that anybody's meant for me to see, just like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Angela Critters, the odds seem to ever be in your favor today, because as soon as I put you on the wheel, you came up right away. So Angela Critters is actually a longtime friend as well, and somebody who I see out supporting other creators all the time. Yarnworks and Crafts and More by Lydia, good to see you here. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More. We're actually swapping playlists with each other right now. I talked about it earlier. I'll mention it again 100 times throughout the stream, of course. But swapping playlists is a great way to increase your watch hours, but we're chasing them on the music channel again. And so I'm swapping with Jesse Miller Unboxings and More, except for, of course, I got to pause while we're doing our streaming here. I try not to let anything else on the computer run while we're streaming. I have been in a situation where I tried doing a stream at the same time as somebody else on the same internet connection, and that did not work out well for either of us. Alan Williamson, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Old Man King Homestead is here as well. And for anybody that's brand new today, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody's willing to connect. Please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat. And if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So Angela Critters is somebody who makes occasional appearances here in Tuber Chat, but this creator now is at 5,000 subscribers. Now, you know I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of, let's say, 3,000 and beyond. 3,000 seems to be a very telling marker for just about everybody that gets beyond 3,000. I expect them to, within not too long, start approaching 10, and we've seen a few creators blow right past even 20 by now. Angela Critters here is bringing a lot of delicious looking content. I can see I'm behind, so I'm just going to grab your latest video here and put this into my catch-up playlist there, and that's meant so that I can keep caught up with creators. We'll look at shorts on the channel and see that these bring a little bit of variety, like what I was talking about earlier. Some of these have done really well, many over 8,000 views and one over 12,000, which is great to see. And then when we get into live streams, this is something that they've done a few times, but we'll see if they're going to continue those. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. And again, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. Pixie Dust Traveler is coming up right now. This is another creator that's been making frequent appearances lately. We'll see what they've got going on their channel for today. April Showers Network, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Good to see you here. When we look at Pixie Dust Traveler, we see 200 subscribers right now. So I'm hoping we can get them a few more today, get that 200 locked in. And this is Tracy, and she says she loves traveling and sharing her travels with us. So let's have a look at what they've got going on in videos. I'm going to take one of the latest ones. I was talking about this yesterday. This channel was up on the screen, and I was mentioning Belize. Something that in my opinion, we just don't hear about nearly enough compared to a lot of the other popular vacation destinations. When my Canadian friends are hopping out to different destinations, it seems to always be either Mexico or Dominican Republic or Cuba, and I happen to have been to Bermuda once, but Belize is something. I don't know if I know anybody in my social circle outside of YouTube that has ever been to Belize. And it's kind of remarkable, because when you've seen it in television shows or movies or anything like that, it really is another spectacular area. So I've got a lot to learn, but what I'm going to do is take one of your other videos here, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's just so that I can get another piece of content watched. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels by hanging out in premieres and live streams and watching videos. I get to know the content on the channels, and if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. Anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. Izzy's in the house. Good to see you here. And Alan Williamson is just asking, why are some of the names in the chat green? Those are official members. So when a channel's monetized, like this one is, you're able to offer memberships to people where they can contribute a monthly amount of money, which is set by the creator of the channel, and you can have different levels of membership actually. And then what happens is, in most cases, when memberships are offered on a channel, they'll offer different perks and things like that as well, over and above typically what is found on the channel or in the content. Here in Tuber Chat, I keep everything open to everyone. Everybody has the chance to get on the wheel. Everybody has the chance to get on the screen. But in the case of things like members and super chatters, sometimes we do extra bonuses for them to speed things up. As well, pardon me, there was another question. Yes, so Kim Nandy was asking, how do you get onto the wheel? So it's not quite random. Basically what happens is, I have a chat bot in the background here, and I'll show it to you. This is actually a background screen from Streamlabs desktop. And when you use Streamlabs, you're able to have this chart. And what it does is it keeps track of how active everybody is in the chat. Not just how long you're there, but literally how much you're conversating with other creators. When the wheel gets down to only a couple of names like it is right now, what I do is I look over at the list, refresh it, and then I add a couple of names starting at the top, based on who's been most actively engaged over the course of the stream, if that makes sense. You'll also notice there's a few names in the chat that are blue. Those are moderators. Those are either chatbots or people who volunteer their time to help moderate the chat and make sure that everything is on the up and up. They look after things like trolling and spamming, and they remind everybody to give thumbs up and subscribe and share the streams out and things like that, which is extremely helpful. All of our moderators here on this channel are dear friends of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. So you'll see that Izzy just gifted a membership. So what they did is they gave a financial donation to the channel, for which I'm grateful. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. But what they did is they bought a membership for somebody else. You don't get to pick who you buy it for. Those kind of things are controlled by the YouTube algorithm, and that is typically very random. We've seen gifted memberships go from people who've been with us hundreds of times before to people who've just showed up in the chat for a half hour or so for the first time. Jonathan Sturgill picked up that one. He's here frequently, so we'll likely see him at some point during the stream today. The notifications for gifted memberships are fantastic, so we often see creators come in after they've received them. If anybody needs me to clarify anything of what I'm talking about, just please let me know. I know I tend to speak fast and sometimes miss details. And then, Kim Nandy. No, I've mentioned, for sure I've said hello before. I thought you were here yesterday, actually, and I could be mistaken if it was not the other day. The trouble is I speak so fast, it would be very easy for it to be missed. I try to recognize everybody in the chat, and of course I could be mistaken, I promise you. I make as many mistakes as anybody in the world, maybe even more. But when I'm going through the chat, everybody sees it goes very quickly. It's very easy for a host to miss people in the chat. I never mean to. I mention that 100 times per stream, but it's possible. And I promise you, I know what it's like to go into a stream or a premiere, not be recognized, not be welcomed. And it's such a shame when we think about that. This is where moderators help as well. Because God forbid you do all this work and put all this energy into trying to get people to come to your channel for the very first time. What a shame it would be if somebody came into your stream and did not feel welcome. So the moderators can help, because then if a host misses welcoming somebody into the chat, at least the moderators have done it, and over a few minutes they'll realize that the moderators in most cases are human beings that are literally saying, hey, welcome to the stream. So this is one reason why I take moderating very seriously, but our moderators have all been with me for a very long time, a ridiculous amount of time. We're talking 3 years and beyond here, for 99% of them. That's why we don't have such a huge group of moderators either. I want them to be able to enjoy the stream and not be bogged down with all the moderator duties, let's just say. There's Maritime Dashcam. That is actually Corinne's Life, who's here as a member and a moderator. And Tony Vlogs Adventure is up on the screen right now. Forgive me for not being sure if we've not had this channel on the screen before. I'm just realizing as well, in the background here, I got another playlist that I still haven't gone through, and I promised I was going to do it yesterday. I think this is the first time we're looking at Tony Vlogs Adventure, but he's been here many times before. Now, I've got to get to know the channel, and I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. So what I'm going to do is dig through his videos here, and I usually look for something much longer than 3 minutes if I can. Very important that when we're connecting with creators, we're using videos that are at least 3 minutes long. But I'm going to take this 9-minute one. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as well, like we do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully Tony will have our notification bell on. I'm sure that they do actually already, so that they don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Simply Vigo, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everyone. Let's spin. We'll see who's coming up next. What we'll do is we'll go on a break right now for 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. We'll come back. We'll look at Follow the Bradleys Fun, and then we'll keep going through channels. In the meantime, if anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. Helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So let's go for that break. We'll come right back. All right, we're almost back and looking at Follow the Bradley's Fun. Forgive me, I took an extra moment there. And I did actually step away, so I might have missed a few things. I see P&J's Homestead Adventure is here. Izzy, thank you again for that gifted membership. I do have you on the wheel right away. Of course, Lucky Nomad Slots is here. I think Silent Silver came in as well. Sharon Rowland, I think I said hello earlier, right? Yes. And Simply Vigo, yes, is still in the house. Lisa J. Stocks is here. And forgive me if I've missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. There's AceFlaw1. Forgive me, Andy. I'm not sure if I said hello yesterday while you were still in the chat. Andy was here yesterday, I'm sure. And I slept in last night, says Andy. Follow the Bradley's Fun is here, bringing us a lot of family adventure, typically in Orlando, Florida. So they bring us Disney World Resort, Universal, SeaWorld as well. When I was too young to remember, I actually made it to both of those. Been to Disney World twice, actually. Again, too young. I vaguely, I remember the fact of it more than actually any of the interaction. Pardon me, or adventure, and SeaWorld as well. We probably have pictures. I got to go back over some older pictures and see if I can find some of that stuff. But Follow the Bradley's Fun is going to show us current day Orlando and what a lot of these theme parks and things look at. They do some vlogging as well. This is a very dynamic creator. Follow the Bradley's Fun is here with us just about every day as well, by the way. They stream all the time. Let me just hit their shorts for a second. We see that they've gotten into 23,000, 47,000, one of them over 237,000. I think that one's still climbing, actually. And then live streams. So you see what I mean. They've got a few. They got one set up today for right after Tuber Chat, actually. And then they've got one tomorrow and then a couple days after that. So see, they're going out to Disney's Animal Kingdom. They're going to Epcot, which is really something else, right? But they're at it all the time. So streaming frequently as well as vlogging where possible, and occasionally a bit of variety on the channel as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Follow the Bradley's Fun. Not only are they here with us frequently, but they're out supporting other creators all the time as well. I have run into them countless times in other people's premieres and live streams and things like that. Oh, wow. Lucky Nomad Slots is working hard, yes. Ree's Blissful Connections, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And yeah, it's been a while since we've done a Saturday and Sunday stream at these times. I wanted to get a couple in earlier because we talk about moving the streams around all the time. Most of them have been later in the afternoons. But I'm happy to be able to make the streams available for a few other people. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. I feel like I'm missing another channel in the chat. And if I've missed something anybody meant for me to see, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I do love the idea of in real life meetups, by the way. I'm lucky to live in Niagara Falls, Canada. It's a tourist destination. It's known as the honeymoon capital of the world. And you've probably seen it in many TV shows and movies and things like that. But as a tourist destination, we're lucky to have a few people come through here. I was born, raised, and grew up in Toronto. But when the idea of moving to another city comes up, somebody like myself is already looking forward into the future. How are you going to get the family to come and visit? You know, and things like that. And if you go move 4 hours away to a remote location and things like that, it might not be as easy as saying, well, why don't you come and visit me in Niagara Falls, because there's a million things to do there at the same time. So you might find yourself with a few more visitors. But I'm hoping for some in real life meetups this year, now that we're seeming to be long out of the disaster that went on a few days ago that stopped a lot of travel and things like that. I'm starting to get stories about more creators coming around. Actually, JetLife777 was just in Toronto, and I didn't get a chance to meet up with them. They headed out, they took off right away. They might come back, so we'll see. Brown Dwarf, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Wayne's World Unlimited, good to see you in the house. And he's from the UK. Not such a fan of TikTok these days. We never know what's going to move on different social networks. So I'll give you a small story time for a second. All that fluff and stuff's from Australia, by the way. When we talk about the idea of being a YouTuber, right? Like if somebody was to ask today, because I've been on for about 6.5 years now. Now I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. I don't want to make it sound like I think I'm an authority or anything like that. But often, over the last 6.5 years, people have asked, about YouTube, how did you start, this and that. And I used to chase people around all the time. You got to start YouTube. Oh, it's so great. You got to start. And I've calmed that way down over the last many years because I understand it's not for everyone. But because all of the platforms are now monetizing, and that was not the case 6.5 years ago, what I would recommend to people today is to become not just a YouTuber or not just a TikToker or not just somebody who posts on Instagram like an Instagram star, influencer, or anything like that, but you become a content creator. Whatever your ideas are, they may do well on YouTube, but they may also do well on other platforms. And we've seen a couple of friends come through the Tuber Chat family that have actually moved on to other networks because they found more success there faster, right? My recommendation is to put everything up everywhere. If it makes sense, you have to make the right decision for your own content. But you know what I mean, because it's very possible to go and take a video or do a vlog on YouTube and then use things like Instagram Reels and TikTok to promote those YouTube videos. But at the same time, you might find an audience building up on those other networks. Not to mention, we're always thinking about backup. We're always thinking about safety. These platforms are out of our hands. So not to scare anybody, because it's, the 1 out of 1,000 that it ever might happen to, or 1 out of 10,000. But YouTube can shut channels down, right? We don't control whether we do it or not. YouTube can take it away. TikTok can take it away. Instagram can take it away. When you think about that, what would you do if you lost your YouTube channel? Now, for most of us or all of us, that's never going to happen, right? As long as you're always using your powers for good and never for evil. So we don't have anything to worry about, but what if? But wouldn't it be nice to know that you've already got 1,000 people on Instagram and 1,000 people on TikTok and 1,000 people on Facebook and 1,000 people on Pinterest and Likey and Rumble and all these other places, right? These are just ideas. Twitter, of course, is massive as well. So they're just ideas, but that's what I would mention if somebody was to ask me today, what should I do to get started? The Incredible Bulk, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And there you go. Yeah, AceFlaw1, Andy says sometimes they use shorts. Not TikTok yet. And the other thing, too, I know it's a lot of work, though, as well. Now, I'm lucky I happen to work in social media, so I'm on every network, at least for a second, every single day, or pretty close to it. There's a couple that I don't really use, but that's because I haven't found any success with them lately. So I don't typically use Snapchat. I don't typically use TikTok. Although my intention is to post a lot more this year on TikTok and see what happens. But there's so many platforms now and so many ways to monetize, and it seems to be something that's on 99% of our minds. So let's look at Butler Family Farm. Now, they're going to be live tomorrow. They go live every Monday. They post videos frequently. They've got 116 acres of farm to look after. They bring us outdoors. They bring us indoors. They bring us into the shop and they take us on the road as well. So they could be bringing any kind of content that we would expect from a homesteading channel. And they bring a lot of livestock as well. So they got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens. Bees are coming back to the farm soon. They got dogs, cats. They've always got something going on. These creators head out for a lot of meetups with other creators as well. So they really make themselves a part of the YouTube community, on top of showing us a look into their lives and the work that they're doing on their farm, in their shop, on the road, in the kitchen, and everywhere else. When we look at shorts on the channel, we see that they've done well with these, getting into 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 views, one over 24,000. And then live streams are something, like I said, they're on every Monday, so we know consistently we're going to be able to catch them. I've got my notification on for that. It's been a while since I've been able to catch you. I should be able to catch you tomorrow night. And Butler Family Farm is working on 3,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. As well, you're going to see that they not only take us on the road, literally sometimes traveling hundreds of miles, I believe, to meet up with other creators here. But also they bring us StreamYard panels often as well, where we get to know other creators also. So like I said, really making themselves a part of the YouTube community. This is Jerry and Susan, and Butler Family Farm tries to be here every day. They have been for a long time now, for which I'm grateful, so thank you for that. And they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Canadian Family Life is in the house. Good to see you here. And then AceFlaw1 might have another short for us to see. Oh, the wheel. Yeah, Be Amazing Sylvia. You're in the pole position on the wheel right now. That's the thing about the wheel that I hope brings fun, if not frustration, to everyone. We've been using the wheel for over 3 years now. When Tuber Chat started, we didn't need it because we only had enough channels, like 30 or 40, to get through within an hour and a half. But over time, of course, everything's expanded, and it wasn't too many months before we started using the wheel, which makes it random, let's just say, right? So we know how to get onto the wheel, but once we get on there, we never know how long it's going to take. Scratch and Miko, good to see you in the house. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Miko. Yes, Miko. You corrected me once. Scratch and Miko, thank you for that. And thank you for being here. I always want to pronounce everybody's channel name correctly if possible. So if you hear me mention your channel name wrong, that goes for anybody, then please just let me know. Forgive me, Izzy. I'm so sorry. I had the wrong channel on the screen. I didn't mean to do that. I'm busy talking, not watching what I'm doing here. Let's get to Izzy by their handle. So I'll do that with my browser here. When we get to Izzy, we're looking for Izzy Pops. You see this bright, colorful avatar, so we make sure we get to the right channel. Now, when we search, find, and click on each other, that really helps us with the search results. So what happens is, over time, when hundreds of people are searching and finding and clicking on your channel name, you will rise up the search results, and then YouTube will eventually do a better job of predicting when we're looking for this particular Izzy. So in most cases, even channels with popular names, I find, get to #1 in the search results around the world when they get to about 800 subscribers. But sometimes we find a name like this that's extremely short and popular and easy to remember, which means they're going to struggle with the search results even longer. But that's a trade-off that we make when we name our channels, right? But luckily we have this community here, and we all know that the channels that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. So searching, finding, and clicking on each other's names is something that really helps. You see me do it the whole time we're here. I'm always searching, finding, and clicking on everybody. Derpy Playground, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So Izzy is bringing pure variety. That's what they tell us in their About section here. But as well, when we look at their videos, we see a lot of animation and music behind it lately. So we'll keep an eye on the channel, see what more they're going to come up with. But they post frequently, as you can see, usually at least once a week, if not twice. Then shorts on the channel as well have done very well, getting into 1,300, 1,600, and even 12,000 views on one of these. Now, Izzy's monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and live streams are frequent also, usually a few times a week. So hopefully everybody will catch them. I've been lucky to catch them a few times lately, and hopefully I'll catch you again very soon. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as we can as well. I'm just going to refresh my list and see what I can do about adding some names to the wheel. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I'm going to get a few names on the wheel. We'll spin right now. We'll get one up onto the screen. Sharon Rowland, Rushing When Mounted, and Scratch and PPA have all been added. And then, when you see us mentioning Tiffany in the chat, we're talking about Canadian Family Life. I see Butler Family Farm reaching out to Tiffany there. We've actually had a few Tiffany's come through the Tuber Chat family, but Canadian Family here is here most often and most consistently. She's obviously a fellow Canadian, but from New Brunswick. Now, Fairbrick Studio is another creator who's here every day. They've been doing a lot of channel shoutouts lately. So for Derpy Playground and Fairbrick Studio, I took one each of your shoutout videos and put them onto our front page again. Forgive me, what I'll do, I'll give you a look at what I'm talking about here. When you go to a front page, you have a lot of opportunity to dress this up the way that you want. So YouTube gives us many different tools that we can add things like playlists or featured channels to our front pages and things like that. But we also have a couple of things. They're not public playlists, but they're made just for the front page here. If somebody makes a video about Tuber Chat, that's good, not trolling, of course, then we put it on the front page. And then if a creator makes a shout out video where a lot of channels have been included, or in the case of like Lori's Tech Time here, she made a video that's actually informative about changing a thumbnail on a shorts video, but happened to mention Tuber Chat in that video, then we put those in this playlist. But this gives everybody a little bit of exposure. So you see there's the duck races from Derpy's Playground, there's the shout out video from Fairbrick's channel, for instance, from Fairbrick Studio. So these are just examples of things that can be done, but I just wanted to recognize you both because I know they recently have both been doing a lot of shout-out videos for a lot of creators, and I appreciate being included in that. So Fairbrick Studio as well came into the Tuber Chat family many months ago. They started with Lego stop-motion videos and moved into a lot of video gameplay before getting into channel shout-outs as well, and they continue to mix those up right now. So one of the things they do is play this Lego Tower game, which is a game that I got into because of them, essentially, and I've started playing, and they've sent over all kinds of help. I haven't played again in a couple of weeks now, but they sent over a bunch of stuff here like this, so they really understand. They're actually a pro at the game, but they've sent over a lot of help that can make you move a little bit faster. We all know what it's like to play some kind of a game or see some kind of a game where people are sending each other things within the game to move them farther faster. When we look at Fairbrick Studio Shorts, we see they've gotten into 9,000 and 10,000 views on a few of these, and one over 15,000, which is great to see. And then live streams are an idea for the future, so we'll keep an eye on the channel. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And thank you, Sharon Rowland. Yeah, our friends in Eastern Canada apparently are just getting pummeled with snow right now, while it's sunny and usually above freezing over here the last couple of weeks in around Toronto and Niagara. Henry Nelson, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Pardon me. Scratch and PPA is coming up in a quick second here. And we'll get his channel ready. Forgive me, I just need a quick second, and then we'll come right back and look at his channel. Not drinking enough, so my voice is already scratchy. We got to remember to hydrate while we're live streaming, especially if you're going to talk in a rapid pace like I tend to do. Tales Told in the Dark, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And I feel like I missed another channel. I don't mean to miss anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. I am Betty J. Gathers is in the house. Key Kitchen and more. Good to see you here. Forgive me, I did miss your channel a second ago. And then when we look at Scratch and PPA, we see a creator who brings an interesting twist into lottery ticket scratching. What he does with his Scratch Challenge series of videos is pits two lottery tickets against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook. Scratch and PPA happens to be a fellow Canadian also. This creator has presentation at the forefront of his mind. He has got a bright, beautiful avatar, which is matched by the content in his thumbnails, and he gives us a hint about the giveaways that happen within the video series as well. And then his banner is updated every single week, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production over 3.5 years ago. Marketplace Boutique, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. His Scratch Challenge series is unique and a lot of fun to be a part of course, because of the interaction. Scratch and PPA is actually a great example of, gives us a great example of how the outside social networks can be married in or melded into your YouTube journey so that you can bring interaction and engagement into all of them, actually, into all of the networks. Backyard Trucker, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Derpy Playground. And then let's talk about Scratch and PPA's posting schedule. This creator posts with perfect consistency for well over 3 years now. The Scratch Challenge series of videos comes out every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. He always premieres. And if you can catch us for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hilda DC, the Stock Explorer, Garden State Gardener, and a few others. So it's very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. But of course, Scratch and PPA happens to be a beloved and dedicated moderator. Like I said, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6.5 years on YouTube. All of the moderators here are dear friends of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way that we do here. Be Amazing Sylvia, there you go. The wheel has chosen you. That only took an hour. We're close to it. Be Amazing Sylvia has been with Tuber Chat from the beginning, so that's about 3.5 years. She's one of the original 7 members of the Drop the Link Day crew, so somebody else who is an advocate for helping others grow their channels. You'll always meet new friends and family members when you're over there, whether it's in live streams or premieres. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in, and again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. So Be Amazing Sylvia is on a rapid growth trajectory right now. Her channel is just blown right past 12,000 subscribers and continues to rise. Now, Be Amazing Sylvia brings us pure variety on her channel. She could be indoors, she could be outdoors, taking us on an adventure, giving us a story to be told, a great chance to get to know her, and producing all kinds of different content. She could be reviewing a product or bringing us a haul, or giving us a chance to get to know her and her daughter as well, and they've got a separate channel for that. Of course, she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we get into live streams, one of the things I like to mention is the idea that we always connect in a certain way here in Tuber Chat. Our instructions are always in our video descriptions or our live stream descriptions. Now, it's not that there's a right way or a wrong way to connect, but we do the same thing we've always done because it's always worked. But Be Amazing Sylvia is knowledgeable in all things YouTube, and like I said, she's been helping channels grow ever since I've known her, and that's well beyond 3.5 years now. So, she does a series of live streams where people can connect with each other. She gets involved in a lot of collaborations and things like that as well. So I'm going to show you some magic on this channel right now. When we look at the shorts that she's got going on, she really hooked into a great formula that worked really well for her many months ago, where she, probably a year now, but she has gotten into some of these shorts that have gotten now 250,000 views here, 500,000 views here, well beyond actually 677,000 views, and one at 750,000 views. Which is fantastic. So that's likely drawing in a lot of subscribers for this creator and helping with the growth spurt, on top of the fact that Be Amazing Sylvia has had a strong and solid foundation for her channel ever since I've known her. Now as well, she's got 279 subscribers on a second channel here, which she started called Sylvia's Daily Positivity. She started this with her daughter, and they give us a lot of fun videos between the two of them. But now what she does is she posts daily doses of inspiration and motivation, positive affirmations, and she will inspire us in a spiritual way as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Sylvia's Daily Positivity. Obviously the same creator behind Be Amazing Sylvia, a long time dear friend and a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. The reason why I make so much of a big deal, let's just say, about some of the friendships and how long they've gone on here, because like I said, I've been on for 6.5 years. Tuber Chat was thought of 4 years ago and started streaming just over 3.5 years ago. But some of our friendships last that long. The reason why I keep talking about it, though, is because I'm hoping that everybody takes inspiration from the idea that there is generosity out there in people that you have not met yet. Hopefully you're meeting some of them today, but there are more people who will still come over the coming years, and there are people who will support you far more than you ever imagined in the beginning when you started your YouTube journey. That goes for everybody, because I have no choice but to shake my head and thank God every day, but wonder how anybody could be so blessed as to have some of the friendships that have gone on, especially when we all, let's say, didn't know each other just a few years ago, right? This is why we use the word family so much here, because I'm sure everybody will agree that you have friends online in your YouTube journey that feel, I'd like to say, as much as family, more so than family sometimes. I'm very lucky because my in real life family, if we want to call it that, happens to be very tight. Everybody loves each other. Everybody's together all the time and things like that. Not a huge family, but very tight, let's just say. I know not everybody has that kind of thing happening, but regardless of that, we do find that our friendships on YouTube can flourish into what truly becomes family. Especially you start to feel it if you've disappeared for a few days or a week, and you start to get messages from people wondering where you are, and it's nice to know that you'd be missed if you weren't there. Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I just added another couple of names onto the wheel. Home Bartending with John and Jesse Miller Unboxings and More are both on there. Forgive me, Home Bartending with John, I don't even think I saw you come in yet. Marketplace Boutique, I think I said hello. Ghost Boy Gaming is here as well. Ghost Boy Gaming is a renamed channel, and I think that is Bullock Experience, right? Forgive me and correct me if I'm wrong. I think Bullock Experience changed the name of their channel, or is it... yeah, I'm going to have to ask you to remind me for the life of me. Forgive me, because we got a couple of creators that have more than one channel, and some of them are into... some of them have gaming channels. I don't want to make a mistake, and which I probably have already done. Just remind me, because I know... Oh, it is. So, yes, it's Bullock Experience. Chris's Clever Craft has a gaming channel, and Derek's Journey has a gaming channel as well. We've got quite a few creators that have more than one. Let's spin the wheel. Forgive me. Hopefully I'm not ripping anybody's chance off right now. Actually, I can check. Rushing Wind Mountain, it looks like it's going to be right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. They come to us from the Pacific Northwest. They're here every day as well, for which I'm grateful. But they bring us wildlife and nature videos. So again, I just want to reiterate while we get this channel ready to go, the way that everybody gets onto the wheel and the screen is open to everyone, right? You do not have to super chat. You do not have to be a member to get onto the wheel or the screen. But it works based on a robot that's in the background, keeping track of how active everybody is in the chat, how actively engaged in conversation you are. We still have 2 hours to go today. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen, and it's very possible for somebody to get onto the wheel faster within being here for, let's say, half an hour than somebody who's already been waiting for 2 hours, just because they're more active in the chat. So that's just an idea, but I want to reiterate that for everyone. And then, yes, I wouldn't wish the idea of 2 channels on anyone. I happen to run many, and I think we all can agree that YouTube is more work than we thought it was going to be before we started. Hopefully everybody enjoys most of what you have to do, so it doesn't feel like horrible or hard work. But having more than one channel is something that really, in my opinion, requires a lot of consideration and thought. So here's an idea as well. I haven't talked about this in a while. For anybody who's thinking about starting a second channel, my recommendation is this: regardless of the niche or category of the channel you have right now, an idea might be to do 10 or 12 episodes of what you plan to do on your original channel to see if it's going to work. See if you're going to like it, see if you're going to follow through, see if you get the engagement you expect, and then break off into a second channel with that. Because first of all, you can always take the videos down and re-upload them. You can always change your mind. You can always put them in the background. But I promise you, if I ask everybody right now who has, let's say, more than 40 videos, what were the first 5 videos that you made in order? Not one person in the chat will be able to answer without going to look, right? So this is the thing. It's not that it doesn't matter, but you know what I mean. If I say the first 10 videos aren't going to matter as much as we think they do today. You think if you're going to start something, it matters greatly. You want it to be great. You want it to be perfect. We always want to put our best foot forward. But I promise you, for almost every creator, 2 years later, they're going to look back and say, I can't believe how my first videos look compared to the ones I'm making now. And that goes for almost everybody, of course. Not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's the way it seems to be. Yarn, again, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Oh, and there you go. Yeah, so Henry Nelson, that's a great idea. Playlists are a wonderful way to chop up your channel so that people can binge watch things that they enjoy. Like, for instance, I said Rushing When Mounted. Now they've started doing some live streams. I caught them for one a while ago. But they bring nature as well as wildlife. And if we follow some of the shorts, especially with the wildlife, you might find some comical moments in there as well. But there's lots of opportunity to chop this channel into different playlists. And that goes for, I don't know if I've seen a channel yet that couldn't be chopped into different ideas. Even when we look at things like lottery ticket scratching channels, you could, I don't know if it's a good idea to have channels or videos that have, you know, like a playlist of winners versus other ones. I don't know if that takes away the fun from the channel, but you could certainly do even what Scratchin' PPA does. He sets his series by years as a minimum. So he would have, you know, the 2021 Scratch Challenge, the 2022 Scratch Challenge, and just completed the 23 Scratch Challenge, for instance. These are just ideas, but like I said, almost every channel can benefit from playlists, and they come through in the algorithm, and you can add descriptions to playlists. They give you the same 5,000 characters, I believe, to add a description. And you know that if YouTube's given us a tool where we can enter in any information, you know that it's counting in the algorithm somewhere. So my suggestion is as well, if anybody has time, or if you know, when you have time, go through some of your playlists, get some descriptions written, really lengthy keyword-rich descriptions if you can, because we never know what's going to help. When you eventually have 10, 20, or 30 playlists on your channel, and you're getting a few views every month from those playlists, it's starting to add into hundreds of views. So you see what I mean right away, right? And every view matters, of course. All engagement matters. These are just ideas. Yarn, again, thank you for continuing that membership. They've been a membership. They've been a member before, so I appreciate that. Rushing When Mounted, again, like I said, brings wildlife and nature videos. They're in the Pacific Northwest. They post frequently, and like I said, they recently got into live streams. So look at shorts on the channel, and we see that some of these have done well, getting into 5,000 and 6,000 views. Which is really not a surprise when you think about nature and the different animals they're lucky to catch and things like that. They're doing a live stream right now, so that'll show up afterwards, I believe, right? Or they were a second ago. And then that might be something we see more from this channel as well. So hopefully everybody will put the notification bell on. Rushing When Mountain as well makes an effort to be here every day as well. So let's spin the wheel. And Sharon Rowland, we'll get your channel up onto the screen right now. Let's see what they've got going on their channel. Sharon Rowland is somebody who I've seen out supporting other creators many times before. Forgive me, I thought that they had content on the channel. I forget, I must have looked at this the other day. We'll keep an eye on the channel. I'm already subscribed. So then when they do come out with content, we'll be ready for them. But they are a great supporter. They've been with Tuber Chat for a while now, but I've actually known them a long time, out supporting a lot of other creators. I've run into them countless times, bouncing in between premieres and live streams. I'm going to try to remember that. Home Bartending with John. Let's get you up onto the screen right now. This is another one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. Home Bartending with John is going to teach us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. Forgive me, we're overdue for a break. We'll do that again in a moment. We usually do that about every half hour. Home Bartending with John, like I said, teaches us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails, but he'll also teach us how to make some of the world's most popular non-alcoholic mocktails. Or he might bring us a collection of drinks together for like low-calorie cocktails. He's done that a couple of times. The interesting thing, and what I have found most compelling about this channel, ever since Home Bartending with John first came in, which has to be, I'm thinking, a year and a half ago now, this creator also does variations on the recipes. So when you watch a video from Home Bartending with John learning how to make a certain kind of drink, he might show you 3 different recipes. One which will be traditional, of course, and then a couple that might be based on pop culture, whether it's music, movies, television. He takes requests on his channel as well, and he's already done a couple for me as a minimum. I think it was 2. I can't remember if it was 3, but he did the Mad Men and Billions Old Fashioned, which is a popular, cocktail that's been around forever. And then the trash can that our friends in Nashville, Tennessee told us about, which my Canadian bartending friends had never heard of, including myself, until just a couple of years ago. Now, Home Bartending with John will take requests for you as well, and he does a lot of product reviews on his channel. So he will do comparisons between liquors and liqueurs, and he will test a lot of the different products, particularly a lot of beers lately that come out, to give you an idea. Somebody like me will really appreciate this. I don't drink a lot, but I do socially, let's just say. But I only like the lightest, yellowest types of beer. So I like my beer to taste like water with a little bit of beer. And something that's much darker and hoppier is I won't even be able to get through it, right? Whereas I know some people like that. And Home Bartending with John will be able to give us an idea of things we might like to try and give us a better idea of whether we're going to like it before we even buy it, which I think is great because it helps with value, right? I'm sure everybody's disappointed when they buy something hoping they'll like it and they don't like it, right? Home Bartending with John as well is going to show us what it takes to keep a bar like this replenished and the tools we're going to need behind the bar to make some of our favorite cocktails, even though you don't have to have a home bar setup quite as elaborate as what John has got here at all. So, he happens to be a silver member as well. We see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, like we will in a moment when we take another break. If anybody in the meantime has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals that are, sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Spirit in the Sky Blue is coming up next. I'll get some more names on the wheel and we're back in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're back and looking at Spirit in the Sky Blue. So I didn't realize this is the first time we're putting this channel on the screen. So I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos, and I usually look for something a little bit longer if I can. I'll take this 7-minute video and I'll put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. I put Makeup Mom and Son on there with Simply Vigo, Ree's Blissful Connections, and P&J's Homestead Adventure, which is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on for today. P&J's Homestead Adventure is here with us every day as well. And we'll get some more names onto the wheel as we need them. In the meantime, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. P&J's Homestead Adventure has 432 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 500 they're thinking about. We had this influx of homesteading channels come in starting just around 2.5 years ago, and it continues today. We have new homesteading channels coming through frequently, and what I have found between a lot of the creators behind these channels and many like them is an overwhelming sense of generosity in that they want to share knowledge and resources with each other and with others. So whether it's indoor content talking about cooking, canning, prepping and other ideas, or outdoor content looking after the garden or the different things we might grow or the maintenance of our properties and things like that. A lot of creators I group into this category. So whether it's farming, ranching, gardening, hiking, camping, fishing, a lot of channels that focus on outdoors, because a lot of these creators seem to have a similar mentality. Not to mention, you end up seeing them all together when we bounce in between premieres and live streams. I'm sure you'll find the same thing that I do. You start to see familiar faces in some of the live chats, or at least familiar themes between these different channels. So P&J's Homestead Adventure brings us more outdoor content than indoor. You get an idea of what they're doing here when I scroll through their videos. They got some shorts on the channel as well. These have done well, getting into 1,900. I think that one's still moving actually, and 2,500. And we'll keep an eye on the channel and keep our notification bell on as well, like we do for every channel, and see if live streams might be an idea for the future as well. And then, yeah, Marketplace Boutique. You know, what one of the things I find most interesting about my own personal YouTube journey is that there are lots of channels that we have now in the Tuber Chat family. I mean, like, we all understand there's channels for everything, right? If you are the kind of person who collects cassette tapes, you have people who, like, have channels for cassette tapes, I'm sure, vinyl records, and gardening and fishing and knitting and lottery ticket scratching and cooking and baking and, you know, all kinds of stuff. So it's really interesting to me to have met so many different creators. The number one thing everybody talks about, I agree fully, is that the friendships that are made are their favorite part of their YouTube journey. But when we think about the channels and the content, I am amazed at the things that I watch and enjoy now when I probably would have never searched for them. And the reason why I say that is because I was already on YouTube for 2 years before even thinking about Tuber Chat, before even being introduced to the small YouTuber community. So you can imagine, I, like most people, was only watching, you know, what came up recommended, which is usually channels with millions of subscribers or hundreds of thousands of subscribers and things like that, until I met a few creators in the small YouTuber community who were like, hey, come with us, we'll introduce you to all our friends and we'll help you grow. And I couldn't believe that generosity. But Again, now that we've built this community and we've got so many, there's literally 5,000 channels minimum that have come through Tuber Chat, right? That we see categories that I wouldn't have even guessed. But I really enjoy watching a lot of the videos. I think it's more so because of the friendship aspect than anything else. But here's another idea for you as well. There are some people, many of them, who do not want to connect with channels that are not in their niche, right? Like, so it doesn't matter what they're doing. Let's just say, for argument's sake, a cassette tape channel. So they don't want to be with the vinyl record people, and they don't want to be with the travel people and the lottery ticket people and everything else, which is fine. Everybody's got to make their own decision. But when you are willing to connect with people from different genres and different categories, one of the things that we find is that you could be making new fans for your entire category out of some of the friends that you make. And what I mean by that is, let's just say, for instance, Makeup Mom and Son, who's on the screen right now. She happens to be a dear friend, happens to be a longtime moderator here as well. But this particular creator, she brings a lot of fun onto her channel now, but she started with beauty. Right? She's always been fun, but what I mean is she's expanded the content. But she brings beauty. Now, somebody like me, I wouldn't be watching beauty channels. But because of Makeup Mom and Son, now I watch, her content. She's one of the first in the Tuber Chat family, actually, and most consistent and longest, running friendships that I have with makeup creators. I follow a lot of makeup channels, you can imagine now. But now I'm more of a fan of watching some of the content. It started with the friendships for people like Makeup Mom and Son and Palettes, Pouts, Perfumes, and Panning, and some of our other friends who do a lot of makeup videos. But now when I see other creators that have makeup channels, I'm not going to avoid them because I'm like, wow, I'm not going to be interested in makeup. No, I'm still interested to see what everybody's going to do, the different kinds of content, the different ways people are making their videos. I'm that much more interested in what everybody's doing. So when it comes to lottery ticket scratching, for instance, you might be able to make new fans of lottery ticket scratching from people who otherwise might not have known that those channels existed because they met you here or someplace like this. By the way, all of our moderators here are longtime dear friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things that they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel. So that's an example of what I'm talking about. Other places like this. This is, Tuber Chat is what we used to call a grow stream. Some people might still call it that now. These have been around for a long time. This was not the first, not by any stretch of the imagination. They'd been out for almost a year before Tuber Chat was started. There used to be many more, but we also have probably the majority of creators here in Tuber Chat are going to allow you to meet more friends in their live chats regardless of their niche or category, right? In their premieres and live streams, if that makes sense. So forgive the long speech, but I just wanted to hit those points home for everybody. But these are just ideas, like I said, and you could be making fans of an entire category with your content. So Makeup Mom and Son is up on the screen right now. She's past 2,000 subscribers. She is a longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So supportive, in fact, I tell this story all the time again now, but Makeup Mom and Son started streaming about I think it was 2.5 years ago, just over 2 years ago. And when she did her first live stream, it went on for what I believe was 4 hours, and she was rated, I think, 3 times. And the reason why I talk about that is just to give you an idea of how supportive this creator must have been all the way up until that period to be getting that kind of support coming back. And Makeup Mom and Son continues this today. She's been a dear friend for a long, long time. She started with beauty and makeup, but really expanded the content. She's done a lot of interviews in her live streams, and I've been honored to have been interviewed by her. She might bring those back at some point as well. You can see she's always smiling, always laughing. She's done a lot of StreamYard panels as well. I've joined her on her channel and many others many times. She brings shorts on the channel as well that bring a lot of variety, but you can see the work that she puts into a lot of the makeup ideas that she does in between the variety here. She does really well with series of videos like Halloween and Christmas and things like that, like Vlogmas. Now, Makeup Mom and Son as well really expanded the content on her channel a couple of years ago. She started getting into a lot of subscription boxes, something like we expect to see from Jessie Miller Unboxings and more, where we see things like BoxyCharm and FabFitFun and things like that. But now she's also moved into a lot of other unique subscription boxes like snacks that we get to see in other product reviews, which is really cool because this creator has always tried to find ways to bring new content to her audience while sticking with some of the things that she knows her audience connects with. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. And Makeup Mom and Son also has a second channel, which I'll show you. You see Kaden in her thumbnails there. A couple of them, but Kaden has his own channel. So this is Kaden Plays It. Mom, of course, is helping Son with this channel that belongs to the son of Makeup Mom and Son. And here we're going to see some more shorts with some variety, along with some more product reviews, some video gameplay, and then possibly even some more live streams coming up. So hopefully everybody will encourage this young creator by pushing them a little bit farther towards their first 100. And then Jessie Miller Unboxings and More is just saying, if channels outside of your niche watch you, do you think it confuses YouTube? I don't think so at all. Yeah, I don't think that would be the case. In my opinion, like I said, you otherwise are bringing in fans. Like, so Jessie Miller Unboxings and More does exclusively unboxing videos, almost exclusively, right? Makeup Mom and Son does a few of those. We've got a few creators who've done a few of them. But the idea then is, let's say somebody's never even heard of a subscription box, because that's possible. Even though those of us who know what they are know how popular they are, there are a lot of people out there who don't even know. I mean, they've got subscription boxes for socks. They've got subscription boxes for tools. It's true, you can get a hammer and a screwdriver like in a subscription box, right? They've got them for coffee and tea. They've got them for vinyl records and magazines. They've got them for books. They've got them for gardening. They've got them for seeds. They've got them for everything we can think of, makeup and everything else. So when you are running a channel of any kind, I know I keep saying the same things over and over, I don't mean to, but again, I believe that it can only help if I had to make a choice, because you're bringing in people that otherwise might not have either been looking for the stuff or might not have searched it out, right? And then you might make fans out of those people, where now you've got more people, and this goes for everybody. So you got a niche. So let's say there's an unboxing niche. Unboxing videos have always been humongous on YouTube, right? It's not that the unboxing is the thing. Not everybody can just unbox anything and have the video fly. That's not how that works. People are interested to see what's in particular boxes or the setups, or a lot of times people are looking to see what kind of product they're going to buy before they buy it. You can tell a lot about the quality of a product by the care that the company puts into the packaging, if that makes sense. So that's one of the reasons why unboxing videos are so popular. But again, you could be bringing in new fans that otherwise wouldn't have been there at all. So in my opinion, it helps, right? Or it could only help as opposed to not. That's what I think. There you go. Yeah, for car supplies, that's funny. Yes. Anything under the sun. Let me show everybody something for a quick second. Forgive me. Reeves Blissful Connections we're going to get to. Jessie Miller Unboxings and More will probably tell you about this anyway in her videos. But this is a website called CrateJoy. CrateJoy.com. And I'll put the website in the chat for a second here if anybody wants to check it out. But this is where you can go to find all kinds of different stuff. Look at this: food and drink, books and personal growth, bath and beauty, spiritual and new age, men, women, kids, teens, gifts, books, all kinds of stuff, right? And you can go through here, and while not every subscription box in the world is listed on that website, my guess is that most of the most popular ones are. That's where you can get an idea of where to find a lot of the stuff. And they have discount codes over there as well. So I'm not an affiliate of Cratejoy or anything like that, but if I was to experiment with a couple of subscription boxes, I would go there first and then try to find out what else might be available when I find something that I like. So Ree's Blissful Connections is here. This creator started with homeschooling and educational videos as a professional educator. They've expanded their content. They got into a self-care series over the course of Christmas. They bring more variety in their videos now. They've been doing a few more homeschooling videos, but we get an idea from the beginning of their content here. They've been with us a while now. They're working on 1,200 subscribers, and we'll look at the shorts on the channel also. We see more variety here. But some of these have done well, getting into over 1,000 views. One of them over 4,900, almost at 5,000 views, which is great to see. Ree's Blissful Connection is another creator who's been with us countless times and is obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. If anybody in the house would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. We'll look at Jesse Miller unboxings and more right now, and I'll get some more names onto the wheel in a moment. As well, if anybody has not already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Becoming Vermont, good to see you here. And the amazing M&G, good to have you in the house. Joe Valdez, Video Game and Movie, good to see you back. Thanks for coming in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. If anybody's mentioned something that you meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat, Connect, and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. When we look at Jesse Miller unboxings and more, this is a creator who's been a friend of about 3 years as well. She's been making frequent appearances now, being here for the entirety of just about every stream lately, for which I'm grateful. She actually supports on all of my channels, and we're in the middle of swapping playlists with each other right now. As a matter of fact, she's helping out with the music channel, and of course I'm running her entire channel. She's got an interesting playlist there, because when I was digging through them, I was seeing she's really chopped up her channel into lots and lots and lots of playlists. So this is a great example, because you can have a virtually, I believe, unlimited amount of playlists on your channel. There may have been a day when the limit was 500, and you might have had a limit of 500 videos in a playlist. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about a couple of these things, but she's got a lot here. So when I look through, like, here's a playlist, every video, 371 videos in this playlist, and I'm going to take the opportunity actually to show somebody, to show everybody something else. If you're thinking about swapping playlists with other creators, you can go to Google and just type in YouTube playlist length, and up will come a bunch of websites. You can almost choose any of them. Just be careful in case you don't get a scamming one or a phishing one or anything like that. But you can grab just about any one. Put your link to your playlist in the box. My internet doesn't want to cooperate right now, of course, but we'll see if it will in a second. Let the website settle. Copy in our playlist length, and then just hit analyze, and it should come up in a moment with the length of the playlist in time. So for instance, 5 days, 3 hours, 13 minutes, 49 seconds. So I don't even know how do you do the math on that? It's well over 100 hours of videos. Now for me, it's okay. I'm going to run the whole thing, and it doesn't matter if it takes days and days and days to do. So she'll get a lot of watch hours out of that. But that's a trick that anybody can use, just if you wanted to know the length of your playlist. Some creators will insist on a fair trade if you are swapping. So if you've got, if they've got, like, 10 hours of videos, they'll want to run about 10 hours for you. We've seen a couple of times where people get into an agree to run the videos, and then somebody with, let's say, lottery ticket scratching that's only got 3 hours of videos shares with somebody who's got a gaming channel, and the streams go on for days, right? So some creators will want to a fair trade. And when you chop your channel into lots of playlists like this, I see that Jessie Miller has been doing something. I'm not sure if she got the idea from Pete. The first place I saw it was Pete, Scratch and Pete PA came up with the idea of putting the time in the title of the playlist. So for instance, newest video, she's got 20 hours of videos here, and then here's a specific 18-hour playlist, right? Here's a specific 31-hour playlist. But these are ideas you can do so that when you trade with other creators, if somebody says like, hey, have you got somewhere around 20 hours I can run? Yes, you do. Right? If otherwise, if you're wondering, I would start making a few at like 12 hours, 24 hours, 36 hours, 40, that kind of thing, if you have enough videos. But any amount of time is fine, even 5 hours, 10 hours, any amount. And then, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. The Winning Walk with Christina, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming back in. I'm going to get some more names on the wheel in another second here. We'll go on break for 3.5 minutes in a moment again. Jessie Miller Unboxings and More, of course, brings us those unboxings that I'm talking about. These are special because most of what she's bringing are those subscription boxes where it's always a surprise what is going to arrive. Now, you know whether you're getting stationery, which is the last one, or one of the ones that I saw while I was running the playlist, or she might have makeup, she might have jewelry, lots of jewelry on the channel. She's got another one coming up today, actually, so she's going to drop a premiere in a half an hour. As well, shorts on the channel feature a lot of the products that are found within the subscription boxes. Some of these have already gotten into 1,300 and 2,200 views. And live streams are something she's done occasionally, but we'll keep an eye on the channel, see if she's going to bring any more of those out. She usually does them every couple of months. Glorious Platter, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Even I've thought about doing a channel that would be not subscription boxes the way that she does it, because she does a variety, but I would pick my handful of subscription boxes and then just do the channel. Not saying it's a good idea, it just is an idea. So we'll spin just for fun. Simply Vigo's going to come up next. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back and get some more channels on the wheel right away. If anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals that are sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Dark Swordsman Gaming, good to see you in the house. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. We're back in 3.5 minutes. All right, sorry, I needed another moment there. We're looking at Simply Vigo. Gloria's Platter, my dear friend. Gloria's Platter's been with us for probably 3 years as well. She said she always comes in at the wrong time. She just came in as soon as I put the coming back soon screen on. But thank you for coming in. Gloria's Platter's an incredible supporter. Like I said, has been a dear friend for a long time. Life in the Piedmont Hotel, Life in the Piedmont Homestead. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Dark Swordsman Gaming is here. I missed them for a quick second. Just Jason Keto and more is talking about swapping playlists. If anybody in the house would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually. Of course, there's Kaiser Gaming YT. Thank you for coming in. That is Chris's Clever Craft with a gaming channel. He's dropping a super chat right now, and he's done that countless times before. So we'll put his channel on the wheel right away. We always put super chatters on the wheel as soon as that happens. And we added a few names. So Henry Nelson, Brown Dwarf, Maritime Dashcam, which is Corinne's Life, and Marketplace Boutique have all been put on the wheel. We got lots of time. We're only just over halfway through the stream. We got long over an hour. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the wheel and the screen eventually. So Simply Vigo is up here. This is a channel we've seen a few times now. They've just been with us for what I believe is about a month. And Simply Vigo is bringing us vegan, delicious-looking content on their channel. I have a lot to learn from a creator like this, as a matter of fact. I talk about this all the time. I'm somebody who doesn't mind loading my plate with a lot of vegetables and things like that, but it can be tough. Like, so we see this, right, roasted vegetables, and that looks like a standard California mix to me. Not that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to vegetables. I certainly don't, but when I buy the bag of vegetables, it says California mix on it, right? So that's what that looks like to me. But it's hard to for somebody who's not fantastic in the kitchen to find ways to make a variety of different dishes, in my opinion, that is not boring and the same thing over and over and over again, right? So Simply Vigo looks like they might be able to help us with that, whether or not we're looking for a vegan type of diet or lifestyle. When we look at shorts on the channel, we're going to see that some of these have done really well, also getting into 2,500 views, one of them over 2,700. And like I said, lots of delicious looking content on the channel. Now, Simply Vigo is another creator who just came into the Tuber Chat family, I'm thinking a month. And it could be already a little bit longer, so forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. But this creator I saw already out supporting other creators in different premieres and live streams right away in the live chats. Simply Vigo is also willing to swap playlists, which is great as well. My dear friend Elevate with Vern, who's been with me from the beginning, would say to anybody that if you have not already started working on watch hours by the time you get to, she used to say 500 subscribers, so we'll call it 250 now, then you probably want to get started on that, because for most creators, it's easier to get the subscribers than it is the watch time. Once in a while, we see somebody get the watch time long before the subs, but it's not often. But it's never too early to start. Never too early to start working on watch hours. So for anybody that's thinking about monetization, which I know is 99% of us, then we want to get started with that as quick as we can. So Henry Nelson is another popular name for a channel, and while it's not the shortest one in the world, it can be difficult to find, so I'll put the handle in the chat. Now, we're really doing a better service for each other when we search, find, and click on each other's channels. I got so confused the other day when I put another channel up on the screen, because we have a channel called Henry Leslie Vermont, and the content thumbnails look similar. And I got way confused and started like mixing up my speeches about a handful of different channels. But Henry Nelson tells us they're not an expert by any means, but they do live on a farm. So they set out a lot of like trail cams, and they catch a lot of wildlife. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll help me catch up a little bit. I can see I'm behind. But they post frequently. As we can see, they're on like, you know, just about every day or every couple of days at times. I'm going to look at their shorts videos as well, and we see that these have gotten into 4,200 and 5,700, even 6,900 views, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Henry Nelson. They're 351 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 400 that they're thinking about. Now, I could be mistaken. I think Henry Leslie Vermont might even have a similar thumbnail avatar, but I could be wrong about that. And then Becoming Vermont is here. Vermont Paint and Photo is another friend of ours. So I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody does, but it's easy. I don't know how easy it is to get confused. It's easy for me to get confused between a few channel names like that. But we always want to make sure that I'm promoting the right channel. So if somebody catches me making a mistake, I always want to promote your channel the way you want it promoted. So I will appreciate at any time a nudge to let me know, hey, Kev, you're making a mistake, or you're saying something wrong, or especially mispronouncing a name. And then lots of people have a similar idea behind what Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts is saying in the chat there. They're saying they're not really interested in monetization. They just like meeting new people from all over the world and learning new things. Lots of people will probably share those ideas. Some creators are under the, live with the idea that, hey, I'm not looking for monetization, but if it comes, that's great. A lot of people they tell us they put everything that comes in from their channels back into the channels, whether it's through equipment upgrades or expenses of different kinds or giveaways and things like that. And then there are a lot of creators, and I don't think there's anything wrong with this, that are actually here for monetization. Now, I've said from the beginning of Tuber Chat was never meant to be a money-making channel or anything like that. It's meant to be an engine so that we, meaning you, everybody here in the chat, myself, anybody that we care about, can start as many channels as we want and make them go fast. That's the idea, right? Now, Tuber Chat has probably exceeded my expectations from what I expected in the beginning, but you also know, by the way, I number the live streams and have from the beginning that I've always expected to get to at least 1,000 episodes. So we're still a year and a half away or 2 years away from that. We'll keep going. But when it comes to the idea of monetization, so I've also said from the beginning, it's not that I'm here because of the money, but if there was no such thing, I probably wouldn't be here, because I've been on social media my whole life, and there's lots of different ways to make money online. It's very easy. As a matter of fact, it gets easier every year. It may not feel like it, but I promise you it is a lot easier today than it was 10 or 20 years ago to make money online. Lots of ways to build little streams of income that together can bring substantial amount of money. I know a lot of people wish to be either full-time on YouTube or making enough money online full-time to quit their full-time jobs and things like that. And I absolutely subscribe to that idea. As a matter of fact, for those of you who've been with me for a long time, you see that I'm doing that myself in a roundabout sort of way. Now, I don't ever expect to stop working. Not that I'm a workaholic. I like most of what I do. But when it comes to the idea of the hours, I used to have to work outdoors 5 days a week, right? And I've changed jobs and careers, or if you want to call it that, or whatever career path, many times in my life. But it's getting on 10 years ago now, I worked in film for a few years, and then I got into doing construction work. So I'm outdoors with a shovel and a pickaxe. That's literally the truth about what I do. And I had to do that 5 days a week for a while when I started this. Then we found YouTube and said, hey, maybe we should film our work and get started. We continued with that, expanded into more channels on top of the side freelancing work or consulting, you might say, that I also happen to do. I've been able to start knocking down the time that I spend outside. When April or May comes around this year, I may only go out 2 days a week. The last year it was 3 days a week. The year before that it was 5 days a week, because I decided to stay, right? So the idea is not, hey, I wish I could hurry up and get my YouTube channel going just so I could quit my job. That's very difficult to do. And I don't even know how to tell anybody how to get that done. I don't think you can make a full-time income with less than 100,000 subscribers, no matter who you are. Although You don't need 100,000 subscribers to start bringing in thousands of dollars a month. And I'm not talking about Tuber Chat. I'm talking about other channels that I've seen or that I run that bring in substantial amounts of money. Now, depending on what a full-time income means to you, it's possible, but a strategy might be, what if you knew that 5 years from now, you were never going to have to do the things you don't like to do ever again because you have enough money coming in forever after, right? And that is where the idea of, why don't you think about working 5 days a week today if you're lucky enough and can, let's just say, and are able to. You work 5 days a week this year. You work 4 days a week next year. You work 3 days a week the year after that, 2 days a week the year after that. Eventually, you may only have to work a little bit on somebody else's stuff, and then you've got your full-time income. Because I'm always thinking about backup and safety, too. I don't make big jumps often. But these are just ideas. Again, I just wanted to share that, so forgive me. I planned on not getting into story time today, but I wanted to do a little bit of that just to mention it because I know we're thinking about it. I don't think there's anything wrong with any way that anybody thinks about monetization. There's lots of people for it. There's a few people against it. There's lots of different people who have different ideas about different aspects of it. But I think the idea of building up streams of income, many of them, is an excellent strategy and a path towards true financial freedom. Let's just say, I'm not talking about getting rich, buying, Corvettes and Mercedes and Lamborghinis and living on a yacht and things like that. I'm just talking about a path to freedom where you're replacing a substantial full-time income so that you never again have to do things that you don't want to do just to pay bills or the rent or anything else. That's what I'm talking about. You can hear the passion in me when I start talking finance because I promise you, I know what it's like to be in a position where even $20 a month, $50, $100 a month could be life-changing. And luckily over here we're very much beyond that. And it's fairly easy, I promise you. Do I ever think YouTube will cut off monetization for everyone? I don't think so. I think the greed, in my opinion, is going to continue over there because what they did when they changed the restrictions to 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time, but said that we're only going to let you have fan funding. Basically, YouTube's mentality was, hey, if these guys want to give each other a bunch of super chats and memberships and we'll just take 30%, that to me says a little bit way beyond profitability into the area of greed. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying it's somewhat of an opinion. But I don't think they're ever going to stop because it's too much money. I mean, I would be, Stock Explorer could help us out with it, or Lisa J. Stocks if she's still here. But if you wanted to go and look up last year's, because it's time now, right, to find out the earnings from last year for Google and YouTube, I have a feeling we would all fall off our chairs if we saw how much profit is coming in. Great that they can hire thousands of people and lots of people are benefiting from having a full-time income and things like that. There's lots of different ways to look at it. But I don't think monetization is going to stop here. If anything else, I would think that another reason why not is because all the platforms are monetizing now. So I talked about this actually earlier in the stream. I believe it was before Chris got in here. Chris is Chris's Clever Craft, the creator behind Kaiser Gaming YT. But now that all the platforms are monetizing, or most of them, it's so easy for everybody to get on and make little streams of income that can come together. Some more substantial than others, right? Like I've got, Amazon affiliate income coming in as well. So forgive me, I will get back to channels in a quick second, but I'm going to share with you something that I do that brings in money that anybody can do. And I'm glad that the Stock Explorer is in the house as well, because I know we've had a short conversation about this stuff. So some of you know that I have a personal channel as well. It's just variety over there. I started it 5.5, 6 years ago, whatever it was, and I just post all kinds of stuff. I'm not consistent. All the things I talk about here on Tuber Chat, I do not necessarily do on my channel, just because I put work into everybody else's stuff before my own most of the time, and Tuber Chat takes precedence for me. But On that channel, I do a lot of sponsored videos, and that started a couple of years ago. So here's what somebody could do. Not saying it's right, not saying it's wrong, not saying it's a good idea, it just is an idea. So somebody could do product reviews. Doesn't matter what your niche is or category is, there's almost always products and things for somebody, right? What you can do is get those products. If you can't get a sponsor right away or don't know how, you just simply go and buy something that you like. And I know it costs money, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be expensive. You can get something like a phone holder, or like one thing I keep on my desk. Kristen gave me this as a gift, but it's a wireless charger. You know, something that's useful to you that you can open up and review, right? All of a sudden you start doing these product reviews. You can sign up for Amazon affiliates, and then when people click the links that you put in your description, it doesn't matter whether they buy that product or not. The way that Amazon affiliates works, or Amazon associates, is if somebody clicks your link, and that is the last link that they click before they buy things, you get 1 or 2% for anything that they buy. So I can review this charging thing that I'm talking about for the phone, and if somebody wants to buy diapers and a new hat and a couple of pens, you get your 1 or 2% for that, right? So Amazon associate money is very easy to build up. Right? And it starts with tiny slivers. Everybody starts at zero. It's a few dollars this month, a few more dollars next month, a few more dollars the next month after that. But you got people who are making full-time incomes just doing Amazon Associates, for instance, right? It is a big part of what we're doing on YouTube. And I'll tell you right now, the guy I run the most channels for has made what I'm guessing is in excess of 10,000 American dollars in Amazon associate money. He bought what in Canada would be considered a $5,000 laptop for free because of the Amazon associate money. Now that's an example. Here's an extra power tip for you. Why couldn't you take that product, if you're not going to use it anymore, whether it's sponsored or not, put it back in the box and sell it on eBay for 70% of what it was worth, right? Very easy to see how money can start building up when things like that are done. If you do get sponsored products, what an extra bonus. Even if you're just doing reviews for the products themselves for free, you can package those products up and sell them after, if you wanted to, right? As long as you're not violating terms and things like that, but one could, is what I'm saying. Most of the things we're going to buy that have anything to do with our YouTube channels, we're not going to use forever. The phone you're using today is not the one you're going to be using in 5 or 6 years. The chargers you're using, we all know what it's like to buy different cables when they keep changing those. But these are just ideas. And I'll mention one more quick thing, and forgive me because I can't control myself when we're talking about these sponsors and things like that. One time, I got involved in a sponsored video for money instead of products. I haven't chased any more of that right now, but that was the biggest headache that I had. When me or anybody that I've worked with has done sponsored videos, they have never had a problem. There's been only a tiny bit of, can you add this, can you change that? Or can we have the video and put it on Amazon and things like that? Otherwise, accepting money for a sponsored video opens up the door to all kinds of headaches. So you have to be willing. You have to be willing to do that. And I promise you, I've never been bothered so much by a sponsor as the day that they paid. It was $100 to do 2 versions of a video. And afterwards, I was like, that was not worth it. So, you know, easy to say now, but that's just an idea. S20 is awesome. The S24 from Samsung is, I think, about to like sweep the world. Even I'm thinking about getting one. And then, no, you absolutely don't have to have a certain presence, Kaiser Gaming YT. So here's a hint for everybody. If you see sponsored videos being done by anybody on YouTube, that means you can reach out to those companies and ask. There are platforms that are made to help you find sponsors and help sponsors find you. But it is very possible to start doing sponsored videos with far less than 1,000 subscribers, let's just say, because there are companies out there who understand not only the idea of influencers today, but they understand the idea of momentum. So sponsors that are looking, there could be ones that are looking for channels that are only over like 1 million subscribers and things like that, but there are lots of them that are just looking for an abundant number of videos to be done. And this is why we get them, and this is why I've done a substantial number of them now. I think I've done close to 20 of them. Some of the stuff that I've done for unboxings and reviews are things I've bought or been given as gifts, not just sponsored, but I have done a few sponsored videos as well. So forgive me, I'm going to get back into channels now. I didn't mean for that speech to go on so long. Maritime Dashcam comes to us from Corinne's Life. She's here as a member and a moderator, and this creator is bringing us dashcam footage. Most of us have seen videos like this. When I started watching YouTube 7 years ago, I started watching a lot of dashcam channels, as a matter of fact. So it's interesting to see that she's got this going. She's posted a few new videos, including some shorts that have already started to move. I'll show you Corinne's Life's channel. It really does encompass everything that is Corinne's life. So she could be vlogging, she could be indoors, she could be outdoors, she could be cooking, cleaning, bringing us a haul video, product reviews, sponsored videos, I believe, and then as well she could be on vacation. Right now she's given us some snow updates. She's a fellow Canadian, happens to be in Nova Scotia. Eastern Canada apparently is getting hammered by snow right this second. And then she's got a lot of shorts on this channel as well. Some of these have really moved. So 7,400 on a couple of these, one over 77,000. She's got one at 20,000 here that's still moving, which is great to see. Live streams as well. When we get into these, she might take us outdoors, she might be indoors. She happens to be a small business owner, gives us an opportunity to watch her work and see how merchandise is made, because she prints everything that can be printed, basically, from hats to shirts to mugs, like the one I use every day, and vinyl stickers, Christmas ornaments, and just about everything else. As a matter of fact, she's done two for me. I usually have a hot and a cold drink with me while I'm doing Tuber Chat. So there's the original series, and there's the newer series. But these are all like just internal. Just the moderators have them for now, I think. Corinne's Life live streams frequently. She does a lot of StreamYard panels as well. And it's interesting to know that we have a channel like this or a creator like this that will show us how merchandise is made, but we can also use her as a resource when it's time to think about merchandise for our own channels and businesses as well. And then, forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat. Thank you, D. Newman. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Glorious Platter. Actually, it's not that I turned down. I don't want to make it sound like that. One of the person I do the most number of sponsored videos for has a new product, and it's for the game pickleball, if anybody's seen that, which I don't know anything about, but it's something like tennis with a little plastic ball or whatever. But I said, okay, I'm going to skip that one because I promise you I'm never getting that thing done. The game looks fun. That's great. I'll never get the video done. It's bad enough. I'm late with every video I put out, and they still put up with me anyway. But, it's not just about, like, free products. I promise you, if all of us are doing the right things, and if monetization is on your mind and something you want to bring in from your YouTube channel or a business behind it, I promise you there is enough out there that you're going to be able to likely buy any things like that. We're not talking $1,000 things. We're talking $100 things, or $50 things and things like that. There'll be plenty of them, I promise you. More than you could imagine right now. It gets overwhelming. I actually get a little bit upset when I hear about some of the bigger YouTubers that have entire garages worth of unopened products because they've been sent so much stuff. They'll never get it open, but instead of giving it away, it just sits, and it's unfortunate, I think. But that's just me whining and complaining. So, Corinne's Life is a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here. And I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll get back to channels in another 3.5 minutes. We'll go for a break. Kaiser Gaming YT, thank you for the interactivity in the chat and keeping that conversation going. That's Chris's Clever Craft. We'll look at both of his channels in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're back and looking at Chris's Clever Craft with a gaming channel called Kaiser Gaming YT. Now, this creator, for as long as I can remember, I actually want to see how long this has been, since 2022. Wow, so way longer than I thought. I was going to say he's had this channel for a year, but it's getting close to 2 years already. And this creator is posting frequently, so every single day, putting out lots of video gameplay, and the channel's now at 661 subscribers, so climbing fast, which is great to see. He mixes up a bit of video gameplay, I believe, but the number one game that he plays is... why don't I remember for the life of me what the name of the game is? Here it is, Pixel Gun 3D Battle Royale, if I'm right. I'm just going to take the latest video. I'll put this in my catch-up list. I'm always behind with this channel, but he's posting, like I said, every single day as a minimum, sometimes more than once a day. Shorts on the channel as well. We'll see how much these have grown into 4,800, 5,700 views, which is great to see. This is an interesting game because it looks like a cross between, I think he said, we were talking about this a while ago, I think he said it's a cross between like Fortnite and Minecraft, something like that. So interesting to see, and then a couple of live streams as well. So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these in my catch-up list right now. I'm just going to run them for you. When I use this playlist I keep talking about, which is my catch-up list, it's just a fun name for a playlist because I use it to keep caught up with creators. What I do is I afterwards order the playlist. And why don't I show you what I'm talking about? So forgive me, Chris's Clever Craft. I just want to get the thought covered here. When I go into that playlist, what happens is you'll see there's all the videos that were watched or run yesterday. Then what happens is here's the videos from today, right? And what I'll do is I'll start reordering them based on which is the shortest. And what that allows me to do is when I have time to sit and watch videos for a half hour or an hour, I watch the maximum number because I'm watching all the 2-minute, 4-minute, and 7-minute videos first, right? And then the longer stuff, like the video game replays or live stream replays, get put at the bottom, so if I have to walk away, they can just run. Everybody gets their watch time, but I get to watch the maximum number of videos, right? So these are just ideas, but I just wanted to show everybody what I do. Canadian Family Life is coming up in a quick second here. She's from New Brunswick. Forgive me, I'm missing a lot in the chat today, but hopefully you're not getting too hammered with snow there. I think a couple of people are talking about you sending snow over to them if you want to. Holly's Adventures, thank you for that membership. I'm not sure if she's in the chat right now or if that's just her membership rolling over. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat, and if I've missed anything anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Chris's Clever Craft is the creator behind the gaming channel that we just saw called Kaiser Gaming YT. This creator actually brings fun into everything that they do. They're a longtime friend of what I believe is about 3 years now as well. And Chris's Clever Craft has an interesting property. He brings us indoors and outdoors, sometimes for a look around, sometimes for a story to be told. He's done product reviews, shout-out videos, and a lot of live streaming as well. So he's experimented with a bit of this. I think he got rid of a couple of the live streams, if I remember right, because he was doing a series, and they might have been premieres, so forgive me if I'm mistaken, but one of the things he's done a couple of times now is showed us the idea of some bartering, trading, literally work for a car, if you imagine. So monetizing our YouTube journeys and things like that, or different things we do in life, a lot of times it comes down to money, cash, or the equivalents, but there's lots of other ways to trade. For instance, for everybody in their YouTube journey here, there might be some aspects of YouTube that you don't enjoy. And what I'm talking about is editing videos, making thumbnails, making banners, writing descriptions, researching tags, and promoting on other social networks and things like that. But for everything that you don't enjoy doing, there's somebody out there who does enjoy it, and probably within our community, because like I said, I keep saying we got over 5,000 now, right? And you can trade favors with people. There's lots of people who will be willing to, make you a banner or a thumbnail if you want to help them edit their video, or they'll be willing to do the SEO for you if you'll make a thumbnail for them, or, different things like that. So these are just ideas, but Chris's Clever Craft gives us a real world example of how he can trade some work, literally, for a car. And this bypasses the idea of the monetary trade, if you want to put it that way. So this creator's got a short that's really doing well at 14,000 views. I think it's still climbing along because I thought it was 10,000 earlier. And he's got a few more shorts here, but you get an idea of what I'm talking about. He's indoors, he's outdoors. But like I said, this is a creator who brings fun into everything that he does, and he's done a few live streams there before. Canadian Family Life is coming up. Let's see what they've got going on right now. And if anybody wants to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Just Jason Keto and more's been put on the wheel with oodles and caboodles of crafts. Marketplace Boutique is on there as well, and Simply Vigo and Brown Dwarf are already there. And then we'll get some more names onto the wheel as we need them. We've still got about 45 minutes to go. We'll also run a music stream right after. So for anybody that hasn't already seen it, all the same music that you hear in the background of Tuber Chat is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. We have a separate channel for that. And all the music's been published on all major music platforms, including iTunes, Deezer, Spotify, and YouTube Music, of course. So what we'll do is we'll go over there and run a live stream for for an hour, where everybody can continue connecting the same way that we do here, but we got a virtual nightclub going on over there. There's a video game everybody can participate with in the chat, and then there's link drops over there in this as well. Canadian Family Life's here with over 3,000 subscribers now. I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of, let's say, 3,000 and beyond. Now, Canadian Family Life's an incredibly supportive creator. They're here with us almost every day, but ever since we saw Tiffany come into the Tuber Chat family, I was mistaken about how long they'd already been here, because they were so overwhelmingly supportive that it always had felt longer. Pardon me, this is a channel that's just been on YouTube over a year, and one of the fastest growing ones that we've seen. There are always a few ways to bump up growth, and while I'm not going to catch everything that everybody does on YouTube, I promise you I catch most of it, because I'm always suspicious of everything. So when I see numbers jump pretty fast, I usually know what's up there. But as well, at the same time, we see channels growing consistently. Shorts have a lot to do with that lately. But one of the biggest things, of course, is supporting other creators, because that's what has people coming back to support you. So when you want to do premieres and live streams, you get an audience in your chats and a bit of a boost on your videos and things like that. I'll give you a story just to stress everybody out here. But one of the channels that I essentially run, the creator of the channel is also very hands-on. So he does a lot of live streaming. If he's live, it's him. But when it's videos, when it's SEO, when it's all the other aspects and promoting the channel, it's me that does the work. But what happens is, whenever there's something that's going to bring in an abundant amount of traffic, you really have to take advantage and strike while the iron's hot. So this creator's down in Texas right now chasing the convoy activity that's going on around the border. Has been for a few days. We put out a drone video that he filmed while he was there. We put that out last night. That video got 25,000 views in one day, because the action in the area is so hot. So that's just an idea. But we see sometimes shorts have a similar type of growth, meaning that they get a boost in views and subscribers follow. First Floor Audio is Lee from the UK. Thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. He's done that countless times before, and I'll put his channel on the wheel right away. We always put channels on the wheel whenever something like that happens. Jan Hines, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Canadian Family Life, this is Tiffany. So when you hear us talking about Tiffany, we've got a few Tiffanys that have come through the Tuber Chat family over the years, but this is the Tiffany that's here with us most frequently. So this is who we're talking about from New Brunswick. She brings a lot of cooking videos, a lot of grocery haul videos. She brings Happy Mail videos and shout outs for other creators. Some container gardening as well. She's got a container garden video coming up again, I think she said. And this one here gives you an idea of why I keep talking about this container garden, because it's very so well kept and neat, which I think is difficult to do with indoor gardening. Canadian Family Life has got some shorts that have done really, really well, and actually she's posted one that's blown past everything else. So she had these few here that have done well, getting into 2,500 views. We actually watched one of these grow during a stream because she put it out and it was on a monster trajectory at the time. But this one here is fairly new and has come out to 5,400 views already, which is great to see. Dark Swordsman Gaming, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've actually done this countless times as well. And for that reason, I'll put their channel on the wheel right away. We always put super chatters on the wheel as soon as that happens. Super Rainbow Queen, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Sifting Some Soil and More, good to see you here. Not sure when you came in. Forgive me, I must have missed your channel for a few minutes there. And when we look at live streams, we see Canadian Family Life brings these occasionally. I missed one from a few days ago, but hopefully I'll catch you for the next one. If they're testing different things, maybe they're expecting to bring more live streams, which will be great. The channel's monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Chris's Creation Fun is here, as well as Tiffany's husband with a separate channel, and he started with 3D printing but renamed the channel so he could expand the content, and has already done a couple of advanced do-it-yourself type videos. Hopefully everybody will help this creator move a little bit farther on the road to the first 100. They're at 65 right now, and they've already done a couple of shorts videos as well. So we'll look forward to more from Chris's Creation Fun and his wife Canadian Family Life, and we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in a second here. Simply Vigo's coming up. We still got about 40 minutes to go. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. We'll get to as many as we can. I'll fire up the music channel in about 20 minutes from now, or half an hour or so before we finish Tuber Chat. Like I said, that'll give us a chance to continue connecting the way we are here. Forgive me, I put Simply Vigo on the wheel, but we've already seen that channel today. I remember talking about it. So they get a bit of extra exposure for a second here. But Marketplace Boutique will come up right now. And this is a creator. I talked about eBay earlier, the idea that you could do sponsored videos or review things and then pack them up and sell them on eBay. Marketplace Boutique is going to help us with a lot of that. This is a creator that's been working in e-commerce since 1998. What they typically do is talk about eBay or platforms like it. Where the magic is there is in finding the right things to buy and hopefully sell at a profit while giving other people a good deal. And Marketplace Boutique gives us the ins and outs of that idea. They also might take us out shopping, looking for different items, but they give us the hints as to what might sell, so that we can build another stream of income by selling different things online. There's lots of platforms now. Craigslist and Kijiji, I don't know how those are doing. I have found those to decline for myself. eBay as well a little bit, but it still is very substantial, of course. And then there's new platforms like Let Go that are out there, and Facebook Marketplace seems to be have gained popularity over the years. When we look at shorts on the channel here, Marketplace Boutique, we see that she brings more variety into her shorts, like a lot of creators do, but some of these have done really well at 4,000, 8,000, even 12,000 views, which is great to see. So this is a creator that was working in law and looking for a career change. That's what prompted them to start their e-commerce business. But I can tell everybody here as well, I do some eBay work, and over the years I've probably listed over 2,000 things, definitely shipped over 1,000 packages. Those activities are easy. and they only take minutes once you know how to do them. Marketplace Boutique will help with that, but the real magic is what she brings, like I said, on her channel, finding the right things to buy and sell, giving you ideas that might not be so obvious when it comes to that. And eBay and other platforms like it can be another place that can be another stream of income. Even I make a tiny sliver of money every year on eBay selling different things that I find usually in auctions and things like that. So Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts is up on the screen right now. They got 264 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 300 that they're thinking about. I don't know why I've not got a red line going right through this video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list right now. Could be because I went back to leave a comment. Oodles and Caboodles of Crafts is a channel I'm still getting to know. They bring us a wide variety of homemade crafts and creations. And then they've got some activity on Amazon and Facebook as well. They say there. Budgeting just because. Good to see you in the house. Maritza's Yarn and Crafts is still here. Thank you for being here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Pardon me, as long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Again, if anybody's willing to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So this is a channel I'm still getting to know. I'm just going to take another video, and I'm going to put this latest video. You won something, it looks like, from a giveaway. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of content to watch. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Tuber Chat is that over time I get to know the channels over weeks and months by watching videos, hanging out in premieres and live streams. I get to know the content, and if you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well, and anybody can reach out anytime. Sharon Rowland's back in the house. Thank you. I've actually put your channel up on the screen. I'm not sure if you caught that a while ago. I keep forgetting that you don't have videos on there yet. Sharon Rowland is an incredible supporter to a lot of creators, but I'm subscribed now. I've got the notification bell on as well, so that I can catch you as soon as you do put content out if you decide to. Budgeting just because, look at that, the Stock Explorer is putting on Super Chat just to get your channel on the wheel. That's a generous thing to have done. We've seen lots of creators do that kind of thing, and the Stock Explorer will be put on as well. And put you right under budgeting just because. So thank you for that. So we've got that channel on the wheel right now. And then thank you, D. Newham. I'm pronouncing it wrong. D. Noonan. Forgive me. I've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time. D. Noonan. But thank you for that. You're making me laugh in the chat. First Floor Audio is Lee from the UK. This creator's monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. This creator comes from the UK and brings a little bit of variety in videos lately, but this is a talented singer, songwriter, performer, and producer, and they bring a lot of their original works into music videos that we can enjoy on their front page here. They got a few shorts. These are meant to promote some of the live streams, but this is where this channel really shines. Lee is on at least a few times a week, and he brings a couple of series of live streams. He's often got StreamYard panelists on with him. He's always producing and performing. I've caught him for both theme nights and general off-the-cuff singing and producing and performing. But he also will draw you into the content. So many times I've been on his channel for live streams. He'll break right into a Tuber Chat song for a good 3 minutes or so. But he's another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Has been for a long time. And countless times he's dropped super chats on us, so thank you for that. Same for Dark Swordsman Gaming. Both of these creators have done that countless times before. We'll get Dark Swordsman Gaming onto the screen right now, see what video gameplay they've got for us today. If anybody has not already given a thumbs up for this live stream. I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Becoming Vermont, thank you for being here. I always appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every day or for 3 hours every time we stream. So I do appreciate every moment. Hopefully we'll see you again. We're on Tuesday for sure. After that, I'm unsure. I've got a bit of a mix-up in my week this week. But at the latest, we'll be back on the weekend. Yes, it's almost time for lunch. For Gloria's platter, for me, it's almost time for dinner. Kristen's baking steaks today, and I've talked about it a couple times over the last couple of streams. I am not talented in the kitchen. I aspire to do better. I can cook, but everything I make tastes just plain, like the way it should. Let's just say nothing spectacular. Kristen knows how to do like steaks in an iron cast pan. We live in a small apartment, so we're indoors all the time. We don't have barbecue access and things like that right this second, but she knows how to do a spectacular job. If I cook a steak, it's just going to be overdone for everybody because I like everything overcooked, but she knows how to do the whole how to make it the way everybody orders, whether it's rare, medium rare, and all that good stuff. But I have that to look forward to, so that's just to make everybody jealous for today. When Dark Swordsman Gaming's on the screen, we see video gameplay. I see they put up a video a few weeks ago. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list right now. They mix up the gameplay. I think this might be the first channel that I recognized the game Stardew Valley from, which happens to be, if I understand right, the world's biggest independent video game. So there's some of it right there. That video game was created by one person, if I understand right as well, or started at least that way. But they bring a lot of popular titles here. So there's more Stardew Valley. They've got Deep Space, Final Fantasy, neither of which I've actually played after all this time. Problem is I don't try new things. I just play Grand Theft Auto all the time. Kingdom Hearts is here as well. I think that's my son's favorite game of all time. And then 157 subscribers, so we'd love to push Dark Swordsman Gaming a little bit farther towards the 200 that they're thinking about. Another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, so thank you again for that super chat and First Floor Audio as well as the Stock Explorer. They've all done that before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Just Jason Keto and more is coming up right now. Hopefully he's feeling a little bit better. He did a live stream the other day where he was on with another channel. He simulcasted to his own as well. There's the live stream thumbnail for it. He's got another one coming up tomorrow. Hopefully he's going to be in good condition. Just Jason Keto and More brings us a channel that wants to help us with healthy eating and healthy living, especially when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. So this creator goes live every single week with perfect consistency, 7:30 Eastern on Thursdays. He has an incredible community of supporters that will encourage and inspire everybody when we're in live chats, whether they're on premieres or live streams. So typically he has a lot of guests on his channel. Now occasionally he's a guest on other channels as well. But what these creators do is bring their life experience, their tips, their tricks, their trials, their tribulations, with the intent on inspiring and motivating us and supporting when it comes to the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He brings, like I said, a lot of guests on. Those can be in videos or streams. Lots of recipes on the channel that are simple and easy in probably every case. I'll say almost every case, but probably every case. Only a few ingredients, things that only take minutes to make. He does incredibly well with series. He did the 12 Days of Chaffles over Christmas. His banner right now says Changing Lives One Chaffle at a Time, because he's very much known for those now. But he does a lot of product reviews as well. That can be the equipment we need in the kitchen. That can be products that we see marketed as keto-friendly in the grocery stores. Him and his community are going to help us make sense of the ingredients as well, so we can really understand what we're consuming and how it might affect us if we're thinking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He'll go to great lengths to bring us informative content, like hopping out to Keto Palooza hundreds of miles away, And then as well, this creator's got some shorts that have done well with a hint about the healthy looking grilling shorts that are done, getting into 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000 views, one which I've seen over 22,000 as well. And then thank you so much, Dark Swordsman Gaming. Super chats and things like that, absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. But Dark Swordsman Gaming has done that countless times. It's always a pleasure to look at your channel and see what you're bringing for gameplay. Budgeting Just Because is coming up right now. This channel's here. Actually, what we'll do, we'll take our last break for today. We'll go for 3.5 minutes. We'll put that channel up. Stock Explorer dropped super chats so that we would look at Budgeting Just Because, so we put them on the wheel right away. I'll see what we're doing. We'll add some more names onto the wheel from our chat list shortly, and Just Jason Keto and More is going to bring us Keto Palooza 24 soon enough. So it's great to know we have that look forward to. And then as well, it's wonderful to be able to go back after being there the first time, because I remember what you're saying about the content, but knowing what you've already been through, knowing what to expect, not to mention I know that Just Jason Keto and More has a shiny new GoPro Hero 12 Black that he can bring us some content with as well, so I'm sure that'll be part of it, but I'll be looking forward to that. Let's go for 3.5 minutes. If anybody has not already given a thumbs up, I hope you will. Please share the stream out. We still got a half an hour to go, and we will go over to the music channel for an extra hour so everybody can keep connecting. Let's go for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back with Budgeting Just Because. All right, we're back. We're looking at budgeting just because. You saw I said in the chat there, nice avatar. Forgive me, I'm not sure when they changed that because I can't remember for the life of me when we had this channel on the screen last. Budgeting just because has been a long time friend now, and they've been on the screen many times before. They've made frequent appearances here, but I believe you changed the banner as well. So this is great. They bring us budgeting, lifestyle content, saving, weekly lives, and cash stuffing challenges. But the avatar's great with all that money. Budgeting just because is growing fast, which is great to see. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. It will likely get run at an hour and 20 minutes, but I would like to see what you've said. How to start the cash envelope system and stick to it, which is a great idea. Now, I'm thankful to have a few of our financial channels that come through Tuber Chat. So we've got, obviously, the Stock Explorer here as a member and moderator. Budgeting Just Because is here frequently. It's the Bankroll and Lisa J. Stocks both come to mind. I don't mean to leave anybody out, but these are channels that are here with us frequently, right? When we think about monetization, you've heard me say many times lately that monetization seems to be on 99% of our minds, and I mean people in the Tuber Chat family. Wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come in from monetization? And that's where Budgeting Just Because and channels like these are going to help us. So I see you've got a few new ideas for thumbnails here as well. I'm just going to grab your latest video. They just put this out yesterday. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to keep caught up with this creator. January 2024 financial reset, which looks like a cool idea for video. And one of the reasons why I say that is this is, so forgive me, I'm going to try to relate my story to what's going on here. But I find a couple of things in life can be beneficial when we go back to the fundamentals, let's just say. An example is the top 10 books that I would recommend that anybody read. I have read them all twice, or at least listened to them. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. When it comes to finance, you know, we can easily let our expenses and things like that get away from us, even when we're responsible. And that comes from, let's say, signing up for a lot of different things over the year with credit cards, forgetting about a couple of them. All of a sudden, you look at your credit card statements in December and realize when it's tax time, when you start looking into the couple of months afterwards, like, hey, I've had this subscription go into this thing that I don't use for like 3 months. You know, or like one thing that I do often is with Amazon Prime, right? So I use it, but I'll cut it off whenever I don't think I need it, and then I'll sign up again, because in my mind it's a lot better paying for that for 8 months than it is paying for 12, depending on the deal you get with a year and stuff like that on some of these different services. I do a lot online. So Budgeting Just Because, now I'll have to watch your video to see exactly what that's for, but I think even when we think about the way we look at our finances, because I'm very passionate about finance, not an authority by any stretch of the imagination, but I know how much a few dollars can help a lot of people's lives, right? I've been in the position myself. Someday maybe I'll tell those stories, but I understand how $20 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month can be life-changing, you know, and going from bad money habits to better money habits can really be life-changing as well and make a world of difference when we talk about generational wealth and looking after our families and things like that. And Christmas can feel a little bit better for those of you who celebrate it and things like that, if you know what I mean. So Budgeting Just Because is going to help us with these things when it comes to at least the financial aspects of our money habits, how to find the right money to save and then think about investing. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 10,000 and 14,000 views, which is great to see. I bet that some of these shorts are driving a bit of the channel growth, which is wonderful. And then as well, live streams are something that they've been doing frequently. I don't know why I haven't caught you yet for a live stream in the last long while. Looks like 4 months ago. And I've always got notification bells on though, so hopefully I'll catch you when you're going to do another one. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. And check PayPal charges. Yes, you know what's one of the reasons why I love PayPal? Now, first of all, in Canada, where I am, we don't have things like Robinhood and Cash App. Some of the apps that I know are very popular are missing for us. PayPal's always been there, and I've used it for decades now, really. One of the things I love about PayPal is that when you sign up for an online service and you decide you don't want that service anymore, for anybody that's tried to cut off a cell phone plan or cancel an insurance plan, you know what it's like to fight with somebody over trying to stop paying for something that you're no longer using. Our cable and cell phone companies in Canada are just atrocious for that. They just won't let you go, right? And you often have to cancel things many times and lose lots of money that way. But PayPal has an internal system. So first of all, when you sign up for something, you have to trust PayPal. So you have to decide if you want to do that. But you're giving them your credit card number, not the company you're paying. So you can go into the PayPal system and cut off that monthly subscription if you want, right from PayPal. And I love that aspect of it. It's probably the number one reason why I continue to use it and recommend it. Brown Dwarf is up on the screen right now. Facing Reality, good to see you in the house. When we look at Brown Dwarf, we see a creator that so I have to get to know this channel. But we see that this is a Northern California, Southern Oregon Bigfoot project. The sky's the limit here, apparently. I'm just going to take one of their featured videos here. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list, but I'm actually going to dig through their content as well and look at their latest videos. I'm going to take their latest one. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list as well. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here is that I get to know the channels over time, and then over weeks and months by watching content and hanging out in live streams or premieres, I get to know the content on the channels. If you want to connect on the outside social networks, I'm always happy to get to know creators in that way as well. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time also. So it's time for me to fire up the music channel. I'm actually behind. I got to hurry up and get that going. We'll spin the wheel just for fun. I put Holly's Adventures on there with the Stock Explorer. We'll see which one of them is coming up. I'll run a music stream for an hour after if everybody wants to come over and continue meeting each other the same way that we do here. We've got a virtual nightclub going on over there. There's a video game everybody can participate in, in the chat, if that makes sense. And then there's link drops over there as well. I know a lot of people like those. Makes things a little bit faster. The Stock Explorer dropped a super chat earlier. Now, Nora is already a member and a moderator, but they wanted to give us the opportunity to see Budgeting Just Because channel. And it's a generous thing to have done. We've seen things like that many times. I'm just going to grab this live stream replay that they've got. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list for now. I'll probably run that afterwards. I ran another one yesterday. Hopefully I'll catch you for another live stream. I haven't caught the Stock Explorer in a couple of weeks now, I think. I hope I will. I was starting to catch you a few times. Oh, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe it was just... I think I reran this. Yeah, I can't remember which one of these I might have caught you for, so it's getting on a couple of weeks now. But the Stock Explorer goes live frequently, usually a couple times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. Jan Hines, I'm going to put you on the wheel right now. Facing Reality, I might put on there as well. And the Stock Explorer talks to us about the stock markets and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They do that through everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like options trading and NFTs. This creator often has product in hand, and you really get an idea of that when you start digging through their videos where they're talking individual stocks, and I've seen them order a product from a company that they've invested in and then unbox it on a live stream. Sometimes there are charts and graphs for us to see, usually in the live streams. Whenever we see this bull and bear symbol, we know that they might be talking about stocks. They also do a lot of lottery ticket scratching lately, expanding the content on the channel. Some of their live streams involve friendly conversation with StreamYard panels. I've joined them on their channel once. We talked for a couple of hours about YouTube, actually. And then shorts on this channel are really doing well. They bring a lot of variety here, like most creators do in the Tuber Chat family, but they've got a couple here that have gotten into 2,600 and 3,700 views. One getting close to 9,000, and that one's still moving, so we know that we're probably going to see 9,000 by the time we look at this channel again. The Stock Explorer is almost at 2,000 subscribers. They're literally going to have that any day now, and they've got a second channel for us to see also called Tropical Buzz. This creator happens to be in Florida, and what they seek to do here is educate us about plant life, and some of which will already be there, and some of which they're going to grow themselves. They got some shorts on this channel as well that have started to move, and these have gotten into 600 views and beyond. So hopefully we'll see more from Tropical Buzz and the Stock Explorer. You recognize Nora right away, of course. And like I said, this is an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you for the super chat again. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated always. Facing Reality is a longtime friend here in Tuber Chat. She's been connected to us for about 3 years. She's got over 1,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 1,600 she's thinking about. If I understand right, she's a teacher, actually. She's brought us into the classroom to bring us a few lessons. She's got a few things coming up for premieres. I've got notifications on for those. I saw one just a month ago, but I'm going to take her latest video exploring Jamaica and a birthday celebration. Forgive me, we missed your birthday. Happy belated birthday to Facing Reality. Trish the Natural, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And, pardon me just for a second here. When we look at Facing Reality's content, I'm just going to dig through her shorts videos as well and see what she's got here. These have gotten into 2,900 and even 3,000 views. Lots of outdoor content here as well, but she gives us a look around her area. And then live streams are something that is occasional, but we'll see if she's going to keep those coming. She's got, like I said, a couple of premieres to look forward to. We've always got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and catching as much content from each other as we can as well. Next up, Holly's Adventures. Let's see what this creator's bringing us. Usually video gameplay. We'll see what they got going on for today. And I'll get the music stream started and we'll drop the link for that in a second here. And we'll talk about Holly's Adventures. A lot of Zelda on that channel, but I think they also bring us Stardew Valley. I think they're very much connected with Dark Swordsman Gaming. I've seen these creators super chat for each other a few times, actually. Pardon me while I'm just grabbing a link here for everybody. I'll put this in the chat and pin it. And again, that's for our music channel. We'll run a live stream for an hour. Everybody can keep connecting over there. Holly's Adventures is working on 600 subscribers now, which is great to see. I'm just going to grab your video from a couple days ago, put that in my catch-up list. Some more Zelda here, but if we dig through the channel, we'll see that this creator's brought us not only more video gameplay, they went on a cruise last year and started to bring us a few pieces of content for that as well. So a little bit of variety on the channel. She actually brought us video. I forget if it was 2 videos, 2 shorts, and 2 streams. I think from that cruise, she's got some shorts videos here that bring a lot of variety. And I keep saying this, but lots of creators, regardless of their niche or category, bring variety into their shorts. Some of these have done really well, 3,000, 4,000, and on the way towards 5,000 now. Live streams are frequent. Final Fantasy's there. Super Mario, of course, everybody recognizes. Fortnite, and like I said, Stardew Valley. There it is right there. So hopefully everybody will connect with Holly's Adventures, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Another longtime friend, too, actually. I forget how long Holly's Adventures has been with us. But it's got to be got to be a year and probably much more. Let's look at Trish the Natural, and we've got Jan Hines both on the wheel. We'll spin, and we'll get another channel up onto the screen in a second here. Again, I've pinned that link for anybody that wants to come over to the music channel. Trish the Natural, I'm going to put you up on the screen right now. This is another creator who's here with us just about every day. I'm glad to see she's been doing more live streaming. Forgive me for not catching the last couple of these. She did one yesterday. Trish the Natural is working on 1,300 subscribers right now. I think you changed the avatar and banner too. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. Natural hair, health, beauty, lifestyle. This creator has presentation at the forefront of her mind. We see that this creator from the beginning has had a professional look to all of her thumbnails, not to mention those bright, bold headshots. And one of the things I find so compelling is that when you roll over the video here to get an idea of what's inside, the thumbnail gives you an exact depiction, if that makes sense, for what to expect. So I think these thumbnails are going to make her recognizable and really pay off over the long term for branding. Often people are inclined to click on something familiar. So when they've already seen a video and enjoyed it from this creator and they see another one, they might be inclined to click on that. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 2,000 views and beyond, which is great to see. More variety there. And like I said, we're happy to see some of these live streams coming up. She's been with I Am Betty J Gathers a few times now. But she's been streaming for a few months. It's funny, I bet you, Trish the Natural, if you look back right now and realize that you started streaming 4 months ago, part of me, my bet is that you'd be saying to yourself, wow, I can't believe it's been 4 months already, when they were contemplating their first live stream just 5 months ago. Jan Hines is coming up right now. We'll see what this creator's got going on. If anybody wants to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Jan Hines actually has a couple of channels, but what she's bringing us more than anything else is self-care, hygiene, and lifestyle. And Duchess of Darkness, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we look at Jan Hines, we see some of the self-care in haul videos and talking about collections of different ideas that they've got here, or products. When we look at shorts on the channel, we see that she's also featuring a few of these products in the shorts that are starting to get into 500 views and beyond. Live streams are something that might be an idea for the future, but Jan Hines is another longtime friend. She's been with us at least a couple of years, could be 3 years. She's got a second channel here, Life with Jan. I think this brings more variety. She hasn't posted in a while over here, but we'd love to encourage this creator by pushing her a little bit farther on the road to the first 100. And I'm just going to get another couple of channels onto the wheel right now. Sifting some soil and more. We'll get you onto the wheel. And Duchess of Darkness. We'll get you on right away, because I've got an extra minute or two. We can put 2 more channels on the screen. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. Please don't forget that thumbs up on the way out, thumbs up on the way into the music channel. If you're coming over, I hope you will. And then we'll look at Duchess of Darkness right now. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Duchess of Darkness is working on 1,100 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They let us know they're going to narrate the stories of our nightmares. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that when we get there. I'm just going to take another video. I'll take the second latest one here because it's quite a bit longer, get you a couple watch minutes there. I'll put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to either watch or run that video after the stream today. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 400 and 600 views, which is great to see, complementing the long-form content. They've given more explanation as to what to expect on their channel and are open for collaborations as well. When you collaborate with other creators in just about any way, it's always a way to grab a good handful of new subscribers for your channel and friendships that are grown from doing a bit of collaborating with other creators are part of the magic that makes our channels grow so solidly. Sifting some soil and more. I didn't realize this is the first time we're looking at your channel. If anybody's mentioned something that you meant for me to see that I missed, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take your latest video. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 or 4 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. So thank you again, everybody, for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. We'll go over to the music channel again if everybody would like to. The Chicken, good to see you in the house. I am Betty J. Gathers is back in the house as well. I was happy to see you with Trish the Natural there when we had our channel up. Great Day Adventure, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And we'll go over to the music channel. We'll run that for an hour. Again, it's all copyright-free music. Anybody can use any of it anytime. There are download links in the bottoms of most descriptions, especially for the original music. We've added a bit lately, but all that music's available on all the major music platforms as well, like Spotify, Deezer, Amazon, iTunes, and YouTube Music, of course. Yeah, we're just finishing up right now. So we'll go over to the music channel. If everybody wants to come over there, we'll get an extra hour of connecting with people the same way we do here. We're back on Tuesday. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you again to our moderators, Makeup Mom and Son, Corinne's Life, The Stock Explorer, and, of course, our beloved Scratch and Pete PA. And we'll see everybody again, hopefully in a few minutes, if not soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.